Hello, guys. How are you going today? How are you going today, guys? It's your pontiff. How are things going for you? This is Saturday morning in Australia, Friday night for my favorite Americans. How are you guys going? Guys, what can I say to you today? I've been shooting a few vids. And I got to tell you, got a bit of a personal tragedy. I spoke to the wife last night, and she said she wants to retire at 55. Yeah, I just have a bit of a big mortgage left. Yeah, 55. She's 51. That's only 4 years away. I still got substantial mortgage left to go. Frozen Yukoner, $2. Friday afternoon with Pontiff. Fridge Fund. By the way, guys, I just released a video on the fridge. You can check it out on the Archie Luxury channel. Check that baby out. Check that baby out, guys. Check it all out. Guys, what can I say? What's going on here? It's yeah, thank you, Sirocco. Sirocco, I love him. Okay, let's just get some guests on here. We'll chatting to some guests. What can I say? It's what can I say? The luxury goods there. I did a bit of filming yesterday. I actually having a bit of a perspective. Someone asked me, they told me it's urgent advice for Carl. It's on the Paul Pluta channel. Basically, his mate, what happened was his mate had a situation where he was a banker and COVID, he's locked inside. He's gone heavily into the watch hobby, buying wrist watches, fancy wancy watches. Now, the only problem is what's happened in Carl's case is, I got to tell you, what's happened is the guy's become a bit of a, how do I put this politely? A bit of an asshole, okay? Yeah, that's what's happened. He's become a bit assholish, and he's sort of does watch collecting, does this hobby make you an asshole? That's a very good question. It's something I'm still sort of pondering myself. I don't know whether it does or it doesn't turn you into a asshole. A lot of assholes are in the hobby. A lot of assholes are in the hobby. Um, it's kind of, I suppose it's a very, see what the problem is in this hobby. It is so expensive. It is so expensive. It's not a cheap hobby. It's not, these are expensive things we buy, and it it's not always easy to do. Marcelo, how are you, Marcelo?
Fine, I'm here home waiting for my milk to come. So,
Hey, that sounds great. How have you been, my friend?
well, yesterday was actually great. I mean, yesterday was quite busy.
It was busy. That's fantastic. Tell me this: do you think the watch hobby is full of assholes or not?
I think so.
What is it with watches that makes people very what is it? What
I
is it
don't
that
know.
makes
I
people
mean,
so competitive? Why are they so competitive in the watch area? Tell me that.
I don't know. You know what? This actually remind me. Especially when you ask about yesterday.
Mm.
Yesterday, actually, I have a customer that he was. I think he was on his 30s,
Yep.
and he was wearing RM 35.
RM35. Holy shit.
And he's
Japanese
like,
guy.
I think it's like over $500,000, right?
Hey, Archie, how you doing?
Fool. Hey Tim, how are you, man? What's going on?
Guys, I'm not doing well, man. My ratings are
Wrong.
in the toilet. I'm giving away Twitter Black Bay. Guess what? I'm losing subscribers.
What's happening? I don't understand this. So just stop the truck.
Yeah.
Were you joking when you said you got no super chats yesterday?
I got one super chat. No, like couple, yeah.
How much?
Like $50.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Oh,
the show was
finally.
good. The show was good.
What's got? Look, I got to be honest with you, Tim.
There was some guys from Hodinkee there.
Where's that?
Well, at that event, and I was
What
talking
were they
to.
like?
Well, they were cool. They were cool guys. Yeah.
Did you tell them about ARCHIELUXURY?
I did. I did.
What did they say? They ever heard of me?
Some of them do. Yeah. I said, like, do you know any YouTubers, wristwatch YouTubers? A lot of people don't even watch like YouTube, so which is like very
Yes.
disappointing. But then there are
Yes.
those who watch. They're like, yeah, Archie, yeah. They don't watch the live show though. I think they just know you from
No.
the wristwatch reviews.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very niche. The
Nobody.
live streams is hard.
Wait, what's that noise
Marcelo,
in the
you got an
background?
echo.
Yeah, I have.
Damn it,
Sorry,
man.
sorry. My fault.
How are
I
you
need
doing,
to
man?
study how to fix the volumes.
Yeah, sorry about the a little bit the Rebel stream yesterday. It was
That's okay.
it's a show, the event. I mean,
No. I look, man. I, look, it's quite okay, man. It's. Look, you've got to also. It's hard running this business. Sometimes you run things. Look, if you just take a bit of, you don't just deliberately stream against me. That's all I ask.
no.
Occasional ones. Hey, that's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
Look,
it was some people left some comments like, Team Brazil streaming. That's why.
Yeah, just trying to spice things up.
I know. They just always want to cause trouble. I tell you
Yeah.
what, man. Can
Drama.
I say something to you? I got stabbed in the back yesterday. I was really pissed off. Okay.
No way. Again?
Yeah. I'm not going to say who, but someone
Shit.
said, "Oh, it's illegal to do a fundraiser with false pretenses." And I'm thinking,
What?
what are you dickheads talking about, right? And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to ever fundraise for anyone else ever again. And with the blue shirt Buddha appeal, these
Yeah.
assholes just really get you down.
Mm.
I've already donated
Yeah.
$1,000 US, okay, which was
Yeah.
actually more than, because I had to take off, as I said, I had to take off the Google money and some tax money there. But
Yeah.
you know what? I might said 1,000 US. That's what I said. 1,000 US went to his that
Yeah.
actually. And then I was trying to organize flowers. Listen to this, Tim.
Yeah.
Remember, I said I'm going to organize flowers. I missed because the funeral was the next day. Okay, I couldn't get it organized.
It
No, but
was too
hang on,
speedy, too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hang on. A lot of money came in. I'm going to make a sizable donation early next week.
Yes.
Which can cover some of his family's costs.
Of course. Of course.
But they're accusing me of being, I just don't. I'll be honest with you.
Because they're assholes. They're assholes.
You know, I just get really disappointed with the whole. I mean, I understand. You know, we put ourselves out there. People are going to make fun of us and do things, but there's some people they're just nasty and get really. I mean, I'm trying to make a living.
Yeah.
If you're a real asshole, just fuck off. Just fuck off. Just don't.
But they can't stop watching. That's the thing. See, they love the show.
I don't know what it is.
What are they gonna do when YouTube cancels you? Huh? What are they going? What are these people? They don't know that. Wait a minute. They're gonna have no meaning. Suddenly, there's gonna be no bad guy to blame everything on.
Exactly. And I got to tell you seriously. You know what? People were saying to me, "Oh, Archie, you're making a fortune. You're doing this, right?" Yeah, I had some good days.
Yeah,
But I tell you what, you look at the last month; it's been pretty crap.
Yeah.
I've been streaming 3+ hours a day. Pretty damn hard.
Oh man,
Very
live streaming 3 hours a day is where I just did 1.5 hours. It's just like it grinds you down.
By the way, guys, on the Archie Luxury channel, I've got the SOS fridge repairs. The video was uploaded. And I've also got on the Paul Pluta channel, I did a review. Listen to this, Tim.
Yeah.
This was an urgent advice for a friend, right?
Okay.
And basically through COVID, this guy he's been stuck inside. He's been buying a lot of watches.
Ooh.
And he's turned into an asshole.
Shit.
Does this hobby turn people into an asshole, or are they already assholes before they come into it? See, I think the hobby doesn't necessarily make you an asshole, but it doesn't help.
It reveals. It actually, like, you might not even know that you're an asshole until you buy a watch, and then your watch purchase will actually tell you, wait a minute, I'm an asshole.
And
like
I'll give you a classic case. I'll give you a classic case. Perf is that delusional fantasist, Perf Luxury, right?
Happy birthday, Perf.
Frozen Yukona, $2. Fike backstabbers, not worth keeping around.
Yeah,
he's made it known. I'm getting a Pepsi. Okay, you know what? Good on you. That's good.
He's getting a Pepsi?
I don't know.
He's getting
it? Care.
He just got a Batman.
I don't care.
Wow.
You understand? I really don't care.
Yeah.
The thing is, they make it sound like I'm going to be so devastated that I don't care. I got a nice collection. I'm actually, in my own life, I'm actually reasonably content.
Yeah.
I'm reasonably content. I got 9 luxury watches, which, hey, that's pretty damn good. 3 Rolex, 4 Patek, a Reverso, and an Omega.
Yeah. It's been a while since you bought a new watch, by the way.
Some nice LVs. I got some nice luggage. You know, I like that hard stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Painted. Yeah. Right.
Sexy.
And you know what, Tim? I got some nice fragrances. You never guess what I'm wearing today. Opium. Oh, by the way,
old school, dude. Like, you keep getting these old school stuff. You know what you need, Arch? This is what you need.
I worked out. What's that? Tom Ford, Viking Fabulous.
Yeah, maybe.
Jesus.
Sealed box and paper.
Expensive. That's expensive. But let me say this to you. You know what I find interesting?
Yeah.
You sell. Hey, Trapper John.
Trapper John, congratulations on the win.
What happened? What was the win?
Doesn't matter. Let's not talk about it.
He's a gambler.
No, it's something else. He knows what I'm talking about.
Hey, he's a multi-millionaire. I don't think it'd make much difference to his
I-
bottom line.
I've no idea what you're talking about.
You'll find out
Oh.
Let me say
later.
this to you.
Later during the week, it will
Did I win
all
your watch?
all the pieces will come together, and you're gonna be like, ah, that's what Tim was talking about, and then write me an email and tell
Let me
me like
say that.
I realized.
Let me say this to you. I think with the watches themselves, there, I think you can have enough. You can
Yeah.
have. Or just put Marcelo on mute. That's a bit annoying.
sorry, yeah.
That's okay. I got to tell you, I think with the whole watch community itself, there, like people, they think I'm going to be jealous if they got better. No, that's cool. That's cool. I don't. It doesn't matter.
I know what he was talking about now. The mustache growing contest with Diego?
Yes.
I knew it.
I got to tell you guys, seriously, the whole watch community itself there. I got to tell you, Tim, I'm actually thinking about.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about getting out of some of the Pateks. Not because I don't like them.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
But I'm just thinking to myself, you know what? I'd probably keep one, get rid of a few. How many do you need? William, hello. How are you, William?
Hi, Archie. How you doing?
Hey, not so great. Been pretty down a bit, actually, to be honest with you.
That's all right. You'll do all right. Every day can't be a great day. You'll do fine. Hey, Lolex wanted the link.
Oh, Lolex, man, I love that guy. He's so cool, you know.
Please. Man,
He's
that
such
guy
a-
has been wheeling dealing. You know, he got the Speedy again.
What?
Yeah.
Did he get rid of any Rolex to
No.
do it?
No, he did not sell his he did not sell his what? Submariner at a loss to buy a Speedy. Don't worry about it.
Is those rumors true? Somebody
I have
sold
no-
a Submariner no date at a loss. Is that
I have
true,
no
or is
idea.
that bullshit? That can't be real, can it? No one would be that stupid, would they?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Can't be. Nobody could be that dumb.
Actually, a shader that I actually love.
Oh, what's
This
that?
is
What's
the-
that?
good
What
one.
is it?
This
What
is
is
the
that?
Longines.
Ah, I like the green. Is that original?
Yeah, original. And this is the limited edition, boutique limited edition. It was with a ceramic dial, and the rubber. You actually have a kind of call it a glide lock or something that you can adjust.
Okay. Lolex, what happened, man? Tell us the story, man. I want to hear it.
Oh, I got a Speedmaster.
Hey,
Well, that's the. Which one's that? It's the 1861.
It's
that's
the
the
big box.
sixth.
Yes.
That's the sixth Speedmaster that Lolex got.
The 10.
What happened? Tell me how you bought this one. Did you
No.
sell any Rolex?
Oh, no. Everything's still here, boys. My AD called me, or they didn't call me. I reached out to them, and they had one big box left. And they gave me a good deal on it. So I put
Any discount? How much?
I paid, it was like 22% off or something like that.
Actually, I'm going to show you
Shit.
something.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I didn't have a choice, right? I had to do it.
So it's the 1861. So they do the big box on the new ones, don't they?
On the new ones, it's not a big box, but it's a box.
Oh, wow. What's that? Marcelo's got the new magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that
Yeah.
too. I got that too.
Wow.
They called me yesterday from Rolex. I thought they're going to give me a Platina Daytona, so they gave me this.
Oh, I see. That's okay.
That's the
so
second best
cool,
thing
man.
after the Platinum Daytona.
That's so cool.
They sell over
Um,
retail, by the way.
What's that?
Those
And they
magazines.
sell this.
They're not. There's no cost. There's no cost for the magazines.
Actually, just a question.
Hence over
Does
retail.
do I
Yeah.
reconsider? I don't want to say VIP, but somebody in least a little bit important to get.
Well,
to
they
get
don't
a
ring me.
present?
They don't ring me. I can tell you that. Nobody rings me.
I did not get a call either, and I'm a VIP.
Let me ask you this, Lolex. So you got the Speedy.
Yeah.
So you got the 861.
186, the 1861, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that's going to be big box. I love that big box,
Thank
don't you?
I don't know.
You know what?
apparently Tan
I
doesn't
hate-
like it. That fucks
Sorry.
Tan doesn't like it apparently. I don't know if you saw in the chat in the WhatsApp group.
You know what? I don't really like. I must confess, I don't
Archie
like
doesn't have time to read the WhatsApp group. Come on, man.
the bracelet. I don't like the bracelet. I think it's a bit big. I
You
like
know-
to put it on a Theo and Harris strap. You
Oh,
know,
you
Theo
talk
and
about-
Harris.
TheoandHarris.com.
Yeah. The 1861 bracelet. It is thick. It is thick. But you know, I like it. It's cool.
So that's a 3-piece. You're done now, aren't you? Done? Tell me, Rolex.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what more would you really? The only thing you could add
Thank you. What would I add?
would possibly be like a reverso down the track.
There you go. That's.
But
the
you don't
one.
need to do that for many years.
Yeah, I
you
don't-
need to. You got to wait till you get a
Super
dad
chat.
bod. Neo, $10. Hello, humanity. You too, Arch. Mute Marcelo for 10 minutes, please. No problems. Thank you. tell you
Yeah, I
what,
got the same.
Let me set my bezel.
The bezel. We got producer Mark in. Producer Mark, how are you? By the way, Mike the Snake has been a bit down lately.
Why?
Why?
He just said he's been feeling depressed. I don't know. I'm
Me
not
too.
joking. He's
Me too.
been.
You can't
You've been
read that
down.
chat.
Wait, Mike the Snake, is he from California?
He's Northern California.
I'm
Yeah,
going to Southern California.
Yeah.
Hollywood, baby.
Hollywood.
Hey, I'm here.
Producer, are you in Hollywood?
Guys, can I ask you something?
he there?
You know, you're coming in, cutting up.
It's
He
not
sounds good to
me.
me.
It's you.
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah,
good
it's
to me.
You
probably-
problem.
yeah,
Sounds like a
probably.
you problem.
Probably
Yeah,
my
I gotta-
my internet is bad all the time.
Archie, you're gonna ask us a question. What were you gonna ask us?
Look, so the wife has said to me she wants to quit work at 55.
Oof.
She's 51.
Yeah.
It's only 4 years away.
How?
Shouldn't asked her what she'd have done with $300,000.
Wait a minute.
No, well,
Wait
no,
a
but
minute.
hang on a minute. The 300,000 we can't access until she's 60.
Arch. I
Well, she
think we
can
might
earn
have a
it.
perfect gig for her. Why
What's that?
won't she
Yeah.
Why won't she take over
Elite luxury.
the Elite Luxury
Archie's
YouTube
finally
channel? A
gonna have a
couple
co-host.
YouTubers, a famous.
You know, I tell you honestly, that channel is garbage. You know that? I'm serious, guys. I have tried so fucking hard.
I couldn't believe someone said to me once that you were driving out to these women for something. One of them
And I'm
needed.
paying. It's not. They're not doing it for free. I've got to pay them because the problem is I had young girls. I had that Mimi T, young girl, right? She knew
Yeah.
nothing about luxury goods.
kind of like me.
Hopeless.
Yes.
Okay. So then I got some older women who they're middle aged. It's a different demographic. It's a middle age. You know, they're
Yes.
quite. The problem is I've got to pay them. They're not. It's
They got
and
the
the
experience.
ratings have been shit. The rating, Tim, you think your ratings are bad, man? Elite luxury. I don't. And you know what? It's
What,
it-
how much production time do you put into that? Because, like, there's a little bit of stuff you could do on that end. Framing is horrible on a lot of the videos.
Trapper. I went out to make a video today.
etc.
Look at my
It's not kitschy like
Trapper.
on
Go
here.
watch the video I made today. Look at the production.
Mind
Zero views.
Mind you,
Production
with-
doesn't
with-
matter.
with Trapper's fashion statement. I don't know if you should really be giving fashion advice, Trapper.
Hey man,
I gotta be
I'm just-
totally
I'm just-
honest with you, man.
I'm just passing
a black
along what my
t-shirt,
wife
a
said.
black
when she-
t-shirt, unshaved for 3 days. I mean, are you trying to get food stamps? What do,
Fuck yes.
do you panhandle as a side gig?
I'll be protesting tonight as well.
He's gonna storm the Capitol next.
I'm gonna loot the whatever store,
I
the Louis
gotta
store.
be honest with
Or
you.
whatever.
Lolex, I want to say this to you, man. I'm really pleased that you got the Speedy. What made you get the Speedy? How could you afford it?
One I could easily afford it.
Do you see the background, Arch? Do you see the background?
Do you see this fine?
Look at the wind. Look at the high ceilings.
long as
They're
you're not
higher
putting yourself-
than
See this
Diego's.
fine art back there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's money, Arch. You wouldn't know that. But no, I
He has
did-
actual sunlight in his house.
I did.
Full
I
screen.
had a little money come in, so I.
Wrong.
What are you doing?
He wants to show us. Look at. Feast your eyes.
Keep your eyes on all this luxury.
He has trees in his house. By the way, Lolex, just really quickly, you see a watch Mamba? He's actually Hollywood
You know what?
local.
If you turn the camera completely around, you'd actually have better video because the light should be behind you, not it should be in front of you, not behind you. Just
You
try it
should be
now.
sitting.
Just
you should
try
be
it now.
sitting
Just
facing
turn around. Turn
the
around. Can you turn the camera around?
No, I have all my work stuff on the table here right now. I have like a bunch of papers and stuff on me.
Okay. Anyhow, I'm just trying to
see the rest
Try
of
to help these guys.
Think I don't know your game, Archie? Trying
raise
to see
the rating.
place.
No, I'm serious. You always have the lights.
Yeah, my light situation is never great. But
No,
yeah,
it's because.
Yeah.
Anyhow, look, the thing is this. Good luck to you. I'm really happy you got the. I'm really happy you got the Speedy, man. The 1861. I didn't know they were discounting. How'd you get any discount? In my country, they won't discount that 1 cent.
He's got the leads, Arch. He's
got the leads, Arch. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, one of the punchers, Alex, he's got an AD where he's, has a good relationship with them, and I've been working with them for a little while too. So, and then Burb got his Speedmaster at that same place. So, yeah, it's the same place we all go to, and they had one last big box, and they also had a first Omega in space too, but it was gone when I went back for it. So, what was that, Arch?
What would you have preferred?
Oh, between the two? I gotta tell you, the first Omega in space is really nice. I've never handled one in person. Finally got to see it for the first time. It's a really nice watch, but they gave me a better discount on this, so I went with it.
Lolex, that first Omega in space, isn't that 39 millimeter?
It's small. I think it's smaller than 39. I think it's like 8 and change. So it's a small piece, but I also don't like that it doesn't come on the bracelet. That kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something. Do you think the hot watches turn you into an asshole? Does this hobby turn you into an asshole, or are you an asshole before you come into the hobby?
I think you're an asshole before you. I think this hobby attracts a lot of assholes.
And also, the reason I'm asking you this question is, do you need to be a prick before you get the Porsche, or do you become a prick after you get the Porsche?
I think you're a prick if you want the Porsche.
I suppose.
I think it's.
Mind you, sorry, I'm going to put you down. Lolex, I'm going to put you down there. Mind you, I got to ask a 911 owner.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know why I'm talking to a Honda owner then, but all right.
Damn.
Actually, I love, my Honda. I just booked it in for service, 110,000 kilometers.
Okay.
I said, would I get that if it was a Volkswagen Golf? He just starts laughing at you because you're joking, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me this: do you think a Porsche makes you a prick or not really?
No. It depends on the type of. I know a lot of good people that have Porsches. Who has a Porsche? Tan has a Porsche. Are you calling Tan a prick? Archie, are you calling Tan a prick? Tanzil?
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying
He's
to
a
work
Lambo
this
driver.
out. I'm
He's
trying
gotta
to
be
work
a
this
prick.
out. He's a Lambo driver. I tell you, I saw an R8 yesterday. You know an R8?
Yeah, the Audi R8.
I love it. Was a V8. Had the glass thing.
You know what I like about the R8?
We've got Echo. We've got Echo, guys. Echo. Hello.
Marcelo is still muted though.
Okay.
You know what I like about the R8s is that the bodies haven't changed on them, so they've been pretty much the same since 2012, and you can get a pretty good deal on a used one.
Isn't that a Gallardo, whatever you call it?
The Lamborghini Gallardo? Yeah.
Yeah,
The motor's the same. They use the same motor.
Oh,
Archie, you put it back on the bracelet?
Yeah. I can't get it to be. It's either too loose or too tight.
Yeah, you can upgrade the clasp if you want.
So Rocco Sales, $5. Trade the Honda for an Isetta, Arch. Thank you. So anyhow, the wife said to me she wants to stop working, and I'm thinking, honey, you realize we've got a 30-year mortgage.
Ooh.
What do you say?
Can you play the rental property off on her and say, this was your idea?
And she has an actual job.
You need to work until we can get this paid off.
I mean, what age should you encourage them to retire? I mean, the thing is this: if I don't know what I want anymore, all I know is my dreams of getting the Porsche they just ended with her wanting to retire at 55. That's one thing I definitely will not be buying is a third-hand Porsche Porker.
Is this where the hostilities coming from, Arch? I thought we were
Yes.
on good terms. I thought we were friends again.
Yeah,
And you just come in fucking swinging at me.
You know, I got to tell you, things are. I don't know. I don't know. I'm actually really upset in this world. Like, house prices in Brisbane are exploding. Like, what they do is you got to make offer. They advertise a price. I'm used to you put a someone advertises a price and you'd haggle down a bit. Now you got to offer over their listed price. Do you understand? The market is so competitive. I don't understand. Do you understand that, Lolex, or not?
Yeah, it's always
That's Southern California standard there.
it's been like that since the 90s. You just as starting. When I got my place, I was bidding against a lot of people, 2 to 3 people apparently, according to the list.
The people
So how
down the
much-
street from me had people bidding against each other, and they finally bid it up so much. Those people's parents had a house here, and they said, "Hey, if you want to stop, we'll sell you my dad's house as well for your bid." So they sold both their houses here. They jet,
Yeah.
and it was a significant amount over list.
A lot of people are making the exodus out to Texas right now. Everybody's moving to Texas.
No shit, fucking Joe Rogan.
Texas.
There's nothing wrong with Texas. It's awesome.
Well, it's that millionaire's tax, I think, in California that did that.
Yeah.
I think it had a lot to do with it.
Probably.
You guys have the best electric grid there
Are
as
they
well.
having a millionaire's tax coming in? That's 0.3%, isn't it?
They're actually talking about, I don't even know how they do this, but they were talking about making it retroactive. So if you left within the last 10 years, they'd still, I don't know how they could even do that, but yeah.
The IRS can come after you now if you move from California out of state for back taxes.
So, my
Fucking
God,
greedy.
it's look. Well, you didn't think that free money was forever, did you? Someone's got to pay that back. It's called fiscal responsibility. Let me just run this by. So I got to tell you, I'm in a bad mood today. The wife said to me she wants to retire at 55. It's only 4 years away.
Damn.
That means no luxury cars.
But what does she want to do when she retires?
You know,
Maybe Arch, if you tell her
Yes.
to run the Elite
Elite
Luxury
Luxury.
YouTube channel,
Elite
just tell her
Luxury
it's a
is a-
hobby. It's a hobby.
it's a disaster. It's a disaster.
But
That
you know,
channel
with
is a
her there,
disaster.
with her at the wheel, maybe she can turn it around. Think about it.
You know what? I
Green
hate it.
blood?
I hate it on the bracelet. I hate it on the bracelet,
Not a fan.
Rolex.
Yeah.
I hate it. I'm going to put on a. What do you think? Green or dark blue? What's better?
I think dark blue probably works with you.
Okay.
You seem to like a dark blue. Yeah. Obviously, the Speedy is a watch that you're supposed to put on straps, I feel like.
I
don't
love
even- the new-
straps.
the new
What
bracelet-
about? Sorry.
The new bracelet sucks, in my opinion, on the 3861.
No, I get it now. I get it.
I get it in theory of what they were trying to do, but the execution sucks. The bracelet.
Tell
is
me
shit.
this.
Jingle
I
jingle.
want to ask you this really. How many watches do you really, really need there? Like, I reckon Timmy there,
Yes.
he's probably got enough. He's got the Explorer 2. He's got the Batgirl. He's
You have a
got the
Batgirl?
No Date Sub. The Panda.
Yes.
And you've also got the Explorer 136. 5 watches. Is that right?
Tim doesn't have a back
My
release.
wife.
Pepsi.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
got
the
a
Pepsi.
Sorry, Pepsi.
Yeah.
5 watches. Is that right?
My computer's about to die, by the way, guys. So if I
Okay,
cut off.
okay.
Super chat.
Half on Smash, $5. Glad to have Tim and Lolex back on the panel. Now, if only Marcelo's bird would viciously attack him. Guess we can't have it all. TGIF, Fikers.
It was
Too good if true, Fikers. Okay.
Chill out.
I gotta go, guys. I'm getting the booster today, so I got to get going.
Which
Ooh.
one? Moderna?
She
Yeah,
got offended.
so I got to get going.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. Hey,
You guys-
no offense there. I love your Porsche. I was just having a
I
joke
know.
with
I
you.
know. You know.
I
I
can't
love you.
afford one. I wish I could afford one. You know that? I can't. I got this Honda. I'm
No,
gonna be
you
honest
don't.
with you. Lolex. You know what? No.
You're happy with the Honda.
Lolex. I saw the first gen Boxster drive past me in dark blue,
Yeah.
royal blue, and I thought, fuck, that's beautiful. It is actually. They're actually becoming classics.
Yeah. Why would you want those problems though? You get it, and then you got to change.
And what? Well,
everything.
you just got to get the IMS thing fixed. No, they're not that bad.
It depends on the buyer. If you had a person that took care of it, someone like you that would, do the scheduled maintenance, make sure that they're taking care of everything. Yeah, of course. But then you got young guys like me that buy it and then they just drive the shit out of it and they don't take care of it. I don't do that, but you have those guys. So
I got to tell you, man, you're living the dream. Don't let anyone take that away from you.
Yeah. Well, now we're Speedy Brothers again, dude.
Man, that's so cool. I do love the Speedy. I love the
it.
Speedy.
You got to have one. You got to have one in your collection, in my opinion. Tim.
No. You do.
Tim,
You do.
all right? Stop messing around. All right,
Meanwhile, how am I getting shit about not shaving here? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because he's
Don't you know
cool.
what No Shave November
cool.
is?
He's cool. Do you understand?
Oh, he's cool.
Super chat.
Yeah. Here we go. Rachel Brady, $2. Got my booster today. I'm okay. Just saw arm. I gotta tell you, after you get these boosts, you can take it easy. Just slow down a bit. That's my advice. Just slow down a bit. Don't just Sirocco sales. Lolex report back about side effects. Arch had ED. I had the opposite. Sirocco, come on, man. I'd love to chat to you on the stream.
Hey, Tim, what you said before you left for the last show that you might have COVID. Did your test ever come back?
Oh yeah. I got the test. It was negative.
Yeah. It came back pretty quickly, I imagine.
Yeah, it took
I guess you probably
about
had to have it.
like 12, no, maybe more. It actually took about like 18 hours to get the test results. Yeah,
That's
so
not
I
bad.
was like, I was dying because I got at 9 o'clock in the morning. At 8 o'clock, I had the flight, but I still wasn't fully packed because I was like, am I going or am I not going? Because if I have COVID, then I'm screwed.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I thought, man, if it's like a 5-day
that,
till you
guys.
get your test results.
As I'm talking to you, I'm just taking out my Bruggen spring bar tool.
Ooh, very nice.
And I'm going to take the
Now, do you like that tool, Arch, or do you like the tweezer one?
The tweezer, there's a luxury. They're expensive.
They're expensive,
The
but they're
tweezers
worth
are a
it.
good tool,
Who's
but it's
Maddie?
gotta be
Hello,
a good
Maddie.
one.
How are you?
Those cheap ones are shit. You can't get the
Archie, I
spring
just want
bar.
to interrupt for 1 second. I just want to tell you that you're the fucking man, and don't listen to these fucking punters. Anyone in the chats are idiots. Tim knows. Tim will tell you because Tim knows. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Don't listen to the fucking punters.
Super chat.
Sometimes it's fun to leave a negative comment, but some of these guys, and Mike the Snake.
They take it too far. Some guys, they take it too
Mike
far.
the Snake is a legend too. Have a good night, boys.
Hey, thank you so
for
much.
stopping
What a
by.
great guy. Hermitage Watches, $15 sing. Hello, gents. Thoughts on the new Breitling Super
Marcelo, mute
AVI
yourself.
range? Too big, but they look cool. What do you think of the Breitling Super Avenger? This is the Avenger. Is he talking about?
What's the AVI? What's the Super AVI?
So I'll just take this bracelet off and then
Let's see here.
call it up.
Aviation, maybe, or something?
Oh, that's the sexy one. It's expensive. That's the ones that the big guy basically. Oh, these are brand new. What the hell?
I'll just bring it up.
Oh,
Super AVI.
Look, I'll share the screen.
Oh, these are I got it up, Tim. Don't
you
worry.
got
I
it?
got it
Okay,
up.
okay.
I
Get
got
it up.
Share
Get it up.
screen. Share screen.
Wow.
Here we go, man. Whoops, sorry. Share screen.
Wow,
Where is it?
this is
What do you think?
amazing.
What do you think? Holy shit! The reissue.
Fucking amazing.
What do you think, guys?
It's nice. What
Well,
is
I
that
like
one? Is that rose gold?
Oh,
No,
but they're
that's bronze, isn't it? What is
46.
it?
They're 46, Arch.
Oh, 46.
What the fuck? Who came up with that size? 46. Jesus.
Breitling are always famous of making crazy watches at 36.
I know, but that's a little bit too big. If this was 42,
Don't worry, they will make a 142 later on.
wow.
Okay.
This is
Is that middle
every
one
time
kind
when
of
it's
a
time.
greenish?
Actually, on the closer inspection, they're too big. Wah,
You reckon?
wah, wah.
Too big?
Look, show my screen. Show my screen. Because, like, see, you're not doing
think
anything.
with that thin bezel, they're
Okay.
going
And
to
take off the
look
super
even
chat. Take off the
bigger.
super chat. See, look at
Oh,
this.
that's
Look, it's got a date.
Oh,
See that?
shit.
Yeah.
Do you need a date?
And it's a GMT. Do you need a GMT
Is that a
in here?
Oh, shit.
I mean,
It could
like
be
it
good.
looks great on the first glance. Look at that.
I
It's
like the
just
color on the
sexy.
hands though. I like
Yes.
that pop of
Then you
color.
look at the back though. Now that's a massive movement, but look how small it looks in this case.
What's with the propellers? Is that what's that? That
What's
that's
the-
just on the clear. That's on the glass, isn't it?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
ruined the
like
glass as
that.
well.
I don't know why
Yeah.
they did that.
Super chat.
That's just like, that kind of shits me off. It's perfect watch, but ruined by a date and a GMT
I got to
function.
tell you, I love it. I love it. I love that red in there. Tim, can you call up the one with the blue dial?
Yes.
The blue dial.
I like that one. Yeah, that great.
Soar with legends. You see this? Soar with legends,
With
guys.
legends. They're stealing our shtick. They're stealing our shtick.
They're watching the live stream. Here's the blue
One more
one.
super chat.
Okay, just quickly, you just hold that there.
Yes.
Anthony Napatano, $5. Archie, if you were 30 years old, would you buy a box full of Rolex or buy property shares and keep trading up with the capital growth?
Huh?
Look, I would have to say if I was 30, right, far out. Well, you know what? I would love to be. But the thing is, the problem is I can't go back and have the maturity that I have now. See, I wouldn't have the growth.
Yeah.
Different aircraft on each different model. Look at that. Because the
Yep.
other one,
What's that one? The Albatross? Is that what that was called?
Yeah. Something like that.
just flick onto this front. Look at that. Looks so beautiful.
I
This guy
think the
has
date
proper man wrists, though.
the date hides pretty well in it.
It does.
Actually,
It does.
I think.
Yeah, you can't see it almost.
Of course, they don't have it flipped to a double-digit day,
Yeah.
probably for reasons.
Look,
But
They
look,
should have put it on the 6th.
I got to be honest with you. It is
One more
beautiful.
super chat.
It is beautiful. Sorry, here we go. Anthony Napatano, I got to tell you, seriously, man, I think real estate, was where or property, that'd be, man, the problem is the market can be down for so long and then it comes back. Pendulum, $2. Tim, saw it, too big. Yeah. Oh, what's this? The green one, is it?
that's the green one, yeah. See, look, they're even copying the colors. This is the Green Room commemorative edition. They're watching the live stream. Fuck me dead.
Well, green is a very trendy color at the moment. Actually, I just put
That's
that
why
on
the
the
green
leather
room-
strap. You know what? I've just put that on my strap.
Yeah.
And it feels so much better, man. That's how the Speedy should be worn on a street. I'm sorry, the bracelet was giving me the shits. It's either too loose or too tight. Are you going to get us a non-Rolex, Tim? Ever? No.
Yeah, I will but my ratings are in the toilet. I can't. Look, I have the black bait that I'm giving away. 10,000 subs, guys.
Tim, you know how far away 10,000 subs is going to take you?
I'm putting in the
2025.
work. I'm putting in the work. I'm making vids. I just made a video about this watch.
Yeah,
It got 136 views.
Didn't you see
Does
my
that one
video
have
I
the
made the
rivets?
other day? Don't waste your time on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I see him now.
Did you see that?
You know, I was told that I would have had more luck if I just sold it and used the money to buy the subscribers. Jesus Christ, man. YouTube is not an easy gig.
No. No.
Why does it have to be so hard though? Like, do they have to make it so hard?
It's just life, Tim. And everyone wants to do it, you know.
Yeah.
Just hang on. I'm going to put my bracelet away in my cupboard. Just hang on.
Yeah.
Put that on
How
my
how
shelf.
about you guys? Who's starting a YouTube channel next? Trapper Joe.
Not me, man.
No? Have you give it a
No.
try?
Not only
have you,
no, but fuck no.
Have you thought about it at some point in life?
Not at all. I
Never?
never even had. Yeah, I don't even think I had a YouTube account until, I don't know. It took me a long time to even pay attention to it.
Phew, I got to tell you, Tim, I'm actually thinking about. You know what?
What's up?
I think my genre, what watches I love most.
Mm.
No offense, Marcelo. I like steel Rolex.
The most useful.
Archie, that's why I took the white gold, because they pretend to be steel.
Yeah, but it's delicate and it's expensive. You know, I think steel is the right. Like I find, you know, what's it called? What's it called? What's that shit they use? The plastic one. What's that called? What's the Pelagos made of? Titanium.
Titanium.
It
You're always
feels like
asking a question.
who is asking a
ER.
question?
ER.
Yeah. Hold. Hang on a tick there. Sorry, let's Let's get there. Oh yeah. Level 999, €5. Should I pull the trigger on a Nautilus 3710 because I think it's undervalued at the moment? Can you pull it up? And where's ER's question?
It's right below that. She's asking about
Oh.
Levante Maserati.
Oh, okay, here. Arch, I just got a message from a friend wanting to buy a Levante Maserati. What are your thoughts on this one, please? Can't super chat. I'm down at the cuff. Otherwise, I would have super chatted the question. Obvious. Look, I got to tell you this. The Vietnamese restaurant I go to, the lady there, she's got a Levante. Not
Ooh.
just a Levante. It's a top of the line Levante. It was $180,000 Australian. She had an X6 before that, the BMW X6.
Yeah.
Any Maserati, this is a proper Italian car. You cannot just use it to potter around to the shops. It likes long drives. Okay, so it depends how devoted they are to it. If they
What's that
understand,
Porsche equivalent?
it's like a Macan.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
one would be better? Which one would be better?
The Levante is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Maserati.
Because those are a dime a dozen. That's like very
Porsche.
common, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Levante, if you understand it's Italian and it can be temperamental, I would say go for the Levante. If you are not prepared to put that in, I'd say go for the Porsche Macan. They're both beautiful. The Levante is special, but it's got soul. It has soul.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I didn't like these Maserati
Unbelievable.
SUVs.
Now,
They're
now,
amazing.
now I
but
understand where the name Avanti came out in that stupid watch. Now I understand where the
Avanti?
stupid name came. Yeah. Now I understand.
It's Italian.
Gee.
Look, I got to tell you, Levante, the Maserati.
Oh, and she
expensive.
drives the Gran Cabrio.
Does she got a Grand Caprio?
That's what she says. Yeah.
Shit.
Very-
Holy shit. Look, I think Maserati, I'll be honest with you. If I won $1 gazillion, okay, what would I buy? Seriously, no bullshit. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this now, okay? I just hope Tan's not watching.
No. He was super chatting. $100 bills.
Lamborghini, Ferrari,
Not a
Aston
Porsche?
Martin, too low to the ground. Too low, uncomfortable.
Okay.
Okay. Porsche, I kind of think they're a bit too dime a dozen. You know what I mean? They're not that exclusive. But I got to be honest with you. Honestly, if I had unlimited, a gazillion dollars, I'd get either a Bentley, which is a bit too big as well. They're a bit boaty. Maserati. That's always been the Italian super luxury car. I think they're amazing. I love Maserati. Expensive. They're not for
Yeah.
poor people.
No.
They are not for poor people. These are very expensive cars.
Very
You get
exclusive.
you get a service pack with them.
Hmm.
I've always loved Maserati. I've
Just make
always
sure she gets box and papers, everything.
Super check.
obviously I
And
have
keep the
my Maz
box.
Sports,
Yes.
but not sure on these. Look, the truth is, ER, if you want reliability, go German. I reckon that'd be. But the Levante is absolutely amazing. Heritage Watches, thank you for becoming a member. I do appreciate that. Neo, $10. What does the Beef and Reef store open? By the way, let's continue to train Pavlo's host. Please mute Marcelo. The Beef and Reef store opens. Beef and Reef. I don't know if I should be eating that stuff, you know. It opens in about an hour. Zoe, $3 when Marcelo's showing us how to cook the steak. Well, he's at home. He's not in the restaurant today. Now, the other question we had was, what about the 3710, the Patek? So that's the complicated Nautilus. It's got that was called the complication. It's got the power reserve. It's got the 240 base movement. Let's call that up. I'm just going to bring that up. Patek 3710. So the
What's the Roman? Oh, yeah.
5710.
The power reserve. Yeah.
The 5710 is actually that's the current model of that. But the 3710, that's originally how it came out because that's their numbering system. So this is what it looks like. I don't think there's any bargains in this.
No.
To be completely honest with you, you know what? These are expensive.
I'm not a huge fan of that power reserve, to be honest. It looks kind of like Grand Seiko.
177,000 used.
It's not cheap. Even if I was gazillionaire, I wouldn't buy that.
You know, let's have a look. Chrono 24. Let's go and have a look, okay? Just got to set this to the currency.
These prices are insane. What the hell is happening, man? You don't check Chrono 24 for a month. You come back and all the prices like quadrupled. What the what?
Patek
It keeps going higher and
3710.
higher.
Do you have your collection on there, Tim? Here we go. 100,000. You know what? I don't see any bargains here. 80,000. Holy shit. I don't see it undervalued, but what would I know? 100. You know what I'd buy for? Okay, so what's the cheapest? Let's have a look. What's the cheapest 3710? Let's have a look. The cheapest, 80 grand. 80 grand. You know what I'd buy for $80,000?
$80,000? Man, you can
show
get
you.
a Patek.
I get a 5070. Can you get a 5070? What's a 5070 going to cost us? Okay, same ballpark. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
I get a 5070. 5070 is the manual wind chronograph. These are that's where I'd be going. But you know what? It's your money. Do you have your collection on Chrono? Do any of you guys do that?
I have.
No.
Do you want to see my collection on Chrono, Tim?
Yeah. Let's pull it up.
Hey, I gotta jump off, Arch. I gotta.
Hey,
paint
Trapper,
some
I love you,
trim,
man.
so-
Trapper,
talk to you
just
guys
make
later.
sure you have a shower once a week.
Oh, I do. I shower every day. I
Thank
just,
you.
no shave November, so I like to participate.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Tim, do you view it as a loss?
The what?
What you were talking about?
Oh, no. I said congratulations on the win.
I don't think it should be looked at like that. Anyways, we can talk about that some other time.
Hey,
See you
anytime,
guys.
Now-
anytime.
Now, Timmy, let's have a look at this here. I'll bring mine up, and you can bring yours up after this.
I gotta
Oh.
delete a few things here because they're not even my watches.
Okay. Well, this is in your watches, your collection.
Yeah. But I have like a few pieces that I'm kind
That's
of
okay.
watching for
Put this-
friends.
Just leave it there. Leave
Yeah,
it in.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I wanted to ask you this, guys. Just have a look at. Do you think these prices are ridiculous? That's what I want to ask you. Let's have a look. Okay, it's saying a Speedmaster professional's worth 555, quadruple 5. Yes or no? That's a bit high, isn't it?
Oh, it's a little. Oh, it's very high. Actually, Lolex got one of those, right? For four. Oh, for. Anyways, he got it for 4,500. That's a great price.
Yeah, I think you're
That's
right
high.
there.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, the Milgauss 12.5 US.
Jeez, that's ridiculous.
Is that high, or was that what they're going for in America?
Yeah, that's kind of what they're going for. Yeah, David SW. Oh, Sirocco wants a link. A link.
Everyone's
so
just trying to get as much as they can, for their watches. They're just
Yeah,
pushing the
I think
prices high
I'm
as
not
they
sure
can go.
mine is worth that much because mine's a 2017. I think you can get.
The year
I,
dictates a lot too,
yeah.
and the condition.
The Reverso Grande 8,000. I reckon that's probably on the money. That. And the Calatrava 21. Yeah, that's probably the go there.
That is bargain. That is bargain price, because you can get 5196 at retail for what 24,000. I would much
Yeah,
rather have
so
that. Yeah.
519. Yeah, okay, 5196. It's saying 20 second hand. I suppose the annual calendar, that's 26. That's okay. And the world time 30. I think it's a
Wow.
little bit overpriced. What do you reckon? 10% over?
10%. 10 to
Let's bring up
15%.
let's bring up your collection, Timmy.
Yep. So wait.
Sirocco, how are you?
I'm good, mate. How you going?
Yeah, look, we're just looking at Tim's watches. Let's start at the top, Timmy. Let's go.
It's got the G-Shock. Okay, whatever. So that's the
Garbage.
Pepsi.
Pepsi 25,000.
Yeah.
Far
So
out. They're not cheap. Is that how much they're going for in America now?
A
I
few
have no
thousand
idea. I
less
think
for
it's,
a used one, I think.
That's
yeah.
your date just whose date? Or you just keeping an eye
No,
on
that's
a
not
date
mine.
just?
That's
Your
I'm just
friend.
looking for. Yeah. Then I got
37,000. That's ridiculous.
fucking insane. Yeah. It's insane.
Keep going
I'm just
down.
looking at the 36 and the
Oh,
41.
okay.
Uh,
And
then
the
Yacht Master. That's my wife's Yacht Master. 37.
okay, 37. Yeah, is that what they're going for?
Well, you see, they caught up with retail. When we bought it, it was a 30%
Oh,
loss.
okay. Keep
So
going down. There's your
that's my
stepdad's
dad. Yep.
watch.
Actually, look at that. It just caught up to retail as
Retail.
well. Kind of ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm looking for a friend, and that is
Looking
my
for a
sub.
friend.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
up 50. Well, I don't have
50. Okay.
I don't have that.
And you
Wait, I'm just.
you don't have what?
I mean, I don't have a no date. Well,
That's not your friend Pugsley. So you're keeping an eye on the price.
no, different. No, I'm saying friend.
Okay. Okay.
My
Oh, he's
explore
not a
friend.
friend. Pugsley's not a friend of yours, is he?
As I said, I'm looking for a friend. So it's
Okay.
different.
Explorer 2, 12,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little bit overpriced because mine's beat to shit. So this is
Yeah.
like if they were in brand new condition. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Sirocco, man, what's going on, man? How are you going?
Yeah, I'm going good. Not doing much. I
How are
haven't
you
booked my
feeling
trip down
after the
to.
jab? You okay?
Yeah, I've still got that slight issue. All
Has it
dressed up,
gone
no
down a
place to
bit?
go.
Has it gone down a bit?
No, not at all. It's gone the opposite.
Holy shit.
Total opposite. And it's really bad news. It'd be great if the girlfriend was here. She'd like it. How are you going? I guess,
By the way,
with your wife saying she's gonna retire.
I got to show you something. This is ER's I won't actually. I'll just get the photo.
Don't dox.
I'm not going to dox.
No, I'm just saying.
I was going to show you the photo, but look, I got to tell you this here seriously.
That's how.
We've got Ken. We've got Ken on there. I'll send it through.
Ken.
Kenny.
Now the can showed up. I guess I can
Yeah.
leave because
Oh,
He's
you
just
can leave.
upstaging me.
No.
Yeah, it's
No.
Scirocco, what's
Anyways,
the go,
I do have
man?
to go, guys. I do have to go. I'm going to the city to meet up with one of the viewers and just kind of
One of the leads.
the leads. The
He's a
leads.
lead.
Ah,
Let's see
Tim,
the leads.
Tim,
Yes.
the tip that you gave me, use it for you also. I mean, do the videos in New York, like we talked
Yes.
about. I think
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is going
yeah.
to work out.
New York City, but it's hard. You know, I
Yeah.
have to take the train. I'm gonna try to do that sometime. You know, watch the video that I made today, and also,
I
guys,
saw,
I'm
I saw,
giving
I
away
saw.
Black Bay
It was me.
58.
Merchant World is me, by the way.
Oh, you changed your name on the thing?
No, I have two accounts.
Man, how about you work on the first one and then work on the second one? How about that?
No, because the Merchant World is actually an account that I don't need to pay for commercial. That's why I'm using that one.
Okay.
Holy shit. I was going to show you a picture. Do you want to see a picture of Iya's car?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'll show you. This is what I think this is one of the most beautiful cars I've ever seen in my life. Actually, I love the color. She's got gunmetal gray. I'll just get it up. Here we go. Da-da-da-da. What do you think of that?
Oh, it's
Nice.
beautiful.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a sexy,
How could you
sexy
not
car.
love that car? It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I reckon,
Wow.
to be honest
how much
with
is
you,
it?
I don't know, Sirocco. I don't know,
Things
Marcelo.
cheap.
I don't even want to
Not
ask.
that
But
much.
the thing is,
Look
you know,
at
the
that.
thing is, I think with these, Sirocco, I don't think even if I had $1 gazillion, I don't think I want a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I want something more comfortable. We're getting older.
Well, I don't
A
want to be
Rolls-Royce?
the old
A
part in
Rolls-Royce?
the car. I've always said that.
Rolls Royce is too floaty. You want something a little bit sporty, but actually very sporty. You want something. I think Maserati. This type of Maserati here is what's this? A Grand Cabriolet. They're absolutely amazing.
Well, you have the convertible Rolls-Royce. That one, the door.
The
Convertible
door.
roll would be okay.
Yeah, they're a bit longer. I think the Maserati is absolutely perfect. It's got amazing roar. Like it's perfect compromise between a sports car and a luxury tourer. Whereas
Yep.
the Rolls Royce is just it's a boat. Okay,
It is a boat. I get on
It's
with
a nice
boats.
boat. It's a nice boat.
very nice boat. But
You can live on that boat.
I'd say the Maserati. I'd say
Gonna turn into a
I'll be
boat
honest
when it's
with you.
wet
A
season.
Ferrari is a pain in the ass to live with. They're too low. Okay, they're too low.
Very
You want
many.
something, and look, you can always. This is a 4-seater as well. You can always put someone in the back or put a bag in the back. And to be totally honest with you,
Put a Birkin in the back there.
exactly, and you can have
Or
a
a Kelly.
scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't
and
look
the
like
thing-
there's much room in the back there, huh?
But Archie, tell me,
No.
this is true that if you own a Rolls-Royce, your engine is secure for life?
No, nothing is secure. Believe you me, the pricing. No, that's not true. They're BMW. They can't possibly last for life.
Ah, really? I
No,
know. I thought they
yeah.
actually fix it for life. I mean, if you have
Not
a
for
problem,
free. They will fix it, but they will
No.
charge you. They will
It's like
charge
a
Really?
paddock, right? They can fix it, but they'll charge you through the roof if you
they'll
have
always
it.
Really?
charge you.
I thought they had
My
the
missus
warranty for life.
BMW, yeah,
I
you
thought they
pay,
had
you
warranty
pay.
for life.
Your missus got a BMW, Ken?
Yeah.
What model?
Next question. It's
Is
one of
it
the
3
station
Series?
wagon type.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Cheers
Nah.
to
See you
TR,
later,
and
Tim.
let's not forget
Tim.
David is W.
Later,
David is
Tim.
W. David is W.
David S.W.
I got to tell you, Ferrari, honestly, I love Ferrari. I always wanted a Ferrari, but as I'm getting older, I think the Maserati, this would be the most beautiful car to have. Look at this, convertible. Everyone wants a convertible. The only reason
Yeah,
I don't
but
convertible.
last program you said the Quattroporto is a piece of shit.
No, I didn't say that. Quattroporte is amazing.
Okay.
Quattroporte is an amazing car. This here is, I think, if I had a choice, Cabriolet. This is an absolute gorgeous car.
It's beautiful.
It's
And someone said about not much room in the back. Who gives a shit? If you own it, you're not going to be sitting in the back.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
it's good for putting bags and stuff back there.
and you could always put someone in there anyhow. You know, it's actually quite a nice. The thing is this. I think that's the best color, the Italian. But I like black, but I reckon this beige is perfect with the gunmetal gray. That is the
That's
best
beautiful.
color combination. I like these wheels as well. Those wheels. She's got Pirelli. Look at that P0. They're a beautiful tire. That is absolutely go. I think Maserati is just such a great brand name, really.
What about Bentley?
I think Bentley's amazing, but it's
Yep.
not. I like the sporty twist on Maserati. Maserati is kind of like a Ferrari, a more comfortable Ferrari. Okay. I think the Italians make the finest cars. They're a bit temperamental, and you've got to be forgiving, but that is just the most beautiful car you'll ever see in the world.
Well, that's just like the Italian people, really. They're a bit temperamental, and you got to be forgiving.
Yes. Yes, I tend to agree. But look, it's a beautiful, 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 beautiful car.
Kane,
Um,
what whiskey goes with this car? What do you reckon?
With that, depends. Well, you'd have to go. No, you'd have to go wine.
Don't drink and
No,
drive.
I reckon.
If you're gonna go whiskey, it's
Guys,
gonna be.
can someone buy me a drink? I haven't had a drink for a while. I'd like it. I've got a couple things on shelf there. $5. I've got the Chivas Regal. I have got the
Long Road Red.
at $15 Blue Label, and I've also got the Bowmore at $12. Guys, if you could buy me one, I would appreciate that. There's room for the Birkin in the back. Okay, that's fine. That's all that matters there. I got to tell you honestly, yes, the seats the Ferrari wasn't comfortable. Yeah, I find them too low. It's so low. I don't like a car that low. I think the Maserati is about. I think they're an amazing. You know, I'd love to do with a Maserati there. I'd love to take it to Sydney or drive down to Melbourne, Sirocco. What do you think of that idea?
Supercharger,
Every
a
time.
big one.
Yep. Do it in the summer, don't do it in winter.
Malik Diamond, drink, Archie, drink. Arch, I bought a Maserati Blue Daytona. I'm in love. Maserati Blue. Maserati Blue. Thank you.
Yeah, and you're responsible for that name. You're responsible for that name.
That's exactly it. You know why I called it that? Because the guy I got it from, he had a Maserati, and I was trying to make him jealous of the watch that I bought off him, and that's why I called it And it's kind of a Maserati blue. It's a very special blue. Ken, what should I drink? He said I could have anything. Would you go Blue Label or Bowmore or Lagavulin 8? What would you do?
Well, if you're gonna go Pete, then just go Pete. But if you wanted to ease into it, then obviously grab your Blue Label and then ease yourself into a Pete after that. So
Okay,
on that lineup, I'd go Blue Label, then take your 8 last and put the Bowmore in the middle.
Okay.
Because that's the
I'll go
less
and get
speedy.
it.
And that bottle's almost finished with that Blue Label crap anyway, so you can ditch that bottle. It's real.
Get rid of the blue. Get rid of the blue.
Get rid of that Blue Label crap. Don't have a Bowmore, but I do have a bowel movement.
What about that green label? I never tried that one. Is that one any good? It's
Yes,
cheaper.
Green Label is good. Green
Is that
Label
the one
Green,
that's
green
cheaper
Label is no
than the blue or more?
No, Green Label is
Really?
cheaper.
Correct.
I've had the
but-
blue. Blue's
Green
okay.
Green Label is a malt Scotch whiskey. All the other ones are not malt. Okay.
No, they're malt, but they've got grain in them. They're just a straight blend.
Well, yeah. Whereas the malt is just pure malt. I'm just going to have some of this. You know what? There's nothing wrong with a bit of blue. You know that?
Blue's fine if you get it for free, but I wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah.
I ain't worth
But
paying for it.
Archie also Kane said, and you also said right. I mean, this blues is not the same blue that used to be in the 90s, 80s, and
Cheers,
before.
guys.
No.
Super chat,
None of
Arch.
the
Super
yeah,
chat.
Solancha.
Cheers.
Leadzilla, $2. Put that drink down, Pluto. Drinks are for closers. I got to tell you, you know what? By the way, guys, I think I could do. Oh, shit.
Actually, by the way, what watch you wearing now?
Maybe a beef and reef pizza could go down soon. Actually, I'm feeling a bit peckish there, guys.
Actually, what
Beef and
watch
reef.
you wearing
Talking
today?
to peckish, I just had a thought. You know, Tim's giving away that what the hell it
Blackberry
was,
58.
whatever watch it was. Yeah, righto, for another
The
10,000 subs. Archie,
Yeah.
how about a bucket of KFC every 1,000?
I gotta tell you there, I'm wearing the Speedy. I put the Speedy onto the leather strap. I had it on the bracelet. The bracelet shits me off, and I've put it onto this leather strap, and I love it. I love this watch. I really love it. This is a Theo and Harris strap. I love it. I love it so much. You know what?
We should bring
Ciroc-
the Tears and Harris to the panel if we one day available.
Sirocco, I want to ask you something, man.
Yes, sir.
Fuck that Maserati, look cool. Man, I just wanna, man, seriously, on a scale of 1 to 10, sexiness, that's an 11.
Maybe an 8.
The Maserati.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like anything. There's personal taste.
Ken, what are you doing having your wife driving a BMW? You know they've got plastic cogs. Ken.
She
He
got it
doesn't
at
argue
a
with the
very
wife.
good price, a very good deal.
Yeah, you're
and
not
it
going to keep it
replaced
for
her
long,
old-
but are you?
Yeah, probably a little while. I mean, it's a great little family car to run around car.
Plastic cogs. Do you
mileage
understand
on
that
it.
concept?
Yes, I know. It's got heaps of plastic and trying to replace
Plastic
anything
water
like
pump. You know what
just
model?
trying to replace the fucking front light on that thing is a pain in the ass. It's a freaking
It's not
nightmare.
diesel. It's not the 2-liter diesel she's got, is it?
It's a diesel, yeah.
Okay, she's got. I know what she's got. That's a problematic motor.
Actually, but now they put the plastic
It's-
You know the
everywhere, right?
timing chain is. You know, you go and Google what end the timing chain's at.
It's probably in the boot somewhere.
No, the timing chain is at the back of the engine. It's not at the front. It's at the other side to the firewall. It's fucking stupid. I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah, there's some
sure.
weird shit. It's definitely
The
weird. But it's German, you know. It's
Sirocco,
over German
Sirocco,
engineered.
would you ever buy a Maserati like that?
If I had $1 gazillion, possibly.
That's the thing, if you're going to have something
I
like that,
was
you need more
thinking-
money for a fucking
Speaking
service.
of
I was only
Maseratis,
thinking
did
last
you know?
night, you know, what would I spend money on if I had a shitload to just go and buy a car? And I really don't know what I'd buy. Maybe
No,
not
I
an
was-
Isetta.
Okay, you know what I'd buy? This is if I got $1 gazillion and I wanted to be sensible. Okay, if I got $1 gazillion and I wanted to be a complete hedonistic pleasure, I'd buy the Maz. If I got $1 gazillion, but I could only be one car to last me for the rest of my life, I'd get a Lexus LC 500.
Very nice. Nothing wrong with a Lexus.
The LC 500 is their coupe. You know the LC 500?
5,000 Toyota Corollas.
5,000 Toyota Corollas. I got to tell you, cars, I don't honestly like this electric shit, Sirocco. I'm an analog guy, okay?
Yeah, I was looking at a Tesla the other day, and it just, yeah, they kind of
Bear, hello, Bear.
Bear.
You know those
Hi, Bear.
Teslas, they remind me of an iPhone.
Yeah, I just don't know why they have to make them look. They just make these electric cars look weird, and I don't get it. Can't they make? There's no style to them. They just look fucking ugly.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know, the back. We overtook a Tesla going down the Gold Coast on Wednesday, and from the back, I went, you know, what the fuck is that? That looked really nice. And as we got closer, we realized it was a Tesla. I thought, yeah, okay. From the back, it looked all right. Then you see the front, and it's just, what the fuck?
I think the front is like no. Um,
I like Lexus because I watch Scotty Kilmer. Scotty Kilmer. He's the you guys would he Lexus. I tell you honest, Lexus shits me off as well. I for starters, the wife wants to retire in four. Ken, what do I say, Ken? No. How do you practice?
Archie,
Ken?
don't you think the front of the sorry, the front of the Tesla look a little bit like Chevrolet?
It looks
The
like nothing
90
because it
Chevrolet?
doesn't even have it doesn't need air vents because it's batteries. You know what I mean? It's not a. I got to be honest with you. These cars, there's nothing inspiring. Like when I was a kid, I loved cars. So, did you love cars, Sirocco?
I did.
What
They
the fuck
you know,
went
Yeah, all
wrong?
the designs from from 60s and 70s were amazing. When they got to the like 80s and 90s, all the designs just all went boring and the same. And there's just nothing. And
I think after the
No,
90s,
Ken,
there are a few
Ken,
exceptions.
it's the same
But they all
CAD
look the same.
software. They use the same aerodynamic software.
It's the same shit. Yeah, yeah.
You know.
The car that never age, in my opinion, is the Countach.
Yeah, the Countach is nice.
The
Gosh.
Countach, until today, it
Piece of
looks
shit to
like
drive,
it's-
from what I hear, but very
William
sexy.
Olsen's got a
design-wise-
Lexus GS350. That's a nice looking car.
They stopped
Ferrari
the
F40,
GS.
I
They
mean-
stopped the GS, and now they only got the bloody ES, which is just a rebadged Camry. For fuck's sake, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
my man had I think it was a 380, a GS380. I can't remember. That was beautiful.
Your old
Porsche
man.
was alright. Design
When
wise.
did he have a
He
Lexus?
had a LS 400
Yes.
for years, and then he traded in one day when I was over there. He went out, came back with his GS380, and that was a
You
really
like
nice car.
Yes.
Actually, talking about Ferrari, did you have a chance to sit in a Testarossa?
Actually, I Testarossas have gone through the roof. That's the V12. Amazing cars.
The white one, the Miami Vice, the white
No,
one.
that was a 3.2. That's actually a 308, I think. The Miami
They had a
Vice.
white
Wasn't-
Testarossa also.
Oh, as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
got
they
you.
had, yeah.
Camran, New Zealand $10. Ken, Macallo, double cast 12 year or Sherry Oak cast 12 year.
This is the Lamborghini.
I'd probably go with the Sherry, I'd say. I'm not a fan of McCallum that much, not especially with their recent stuff. It's great on the nose, but on the palate, it's very lacking. McCallum's not making good stuff recently. There's better Sherrys to go with for sure. But out of those two, I'd grab the Sherry.
Guys, are we getting some pizza? Beef and reef. We got to organize some pizza, guys. It's going to cost me about $50. They're expensive. I like it. I don't know if it's good for me, but I think I put on some weight, you know? Life's not easy, Sirocco. You know this?
It's hard, Archie. It's hard. And I'm not talking about my side effect.
Yeah.
Actually, you can
Yes, lad.
you
Drop
can
theirs.
feel, you can
Drop
feel
theirs
you can
fucking
save
evil.
a bug by eating less. It's actually a good thing.
Yes. I got to tell you, it's man, I got to
Remember
tell
Angela
you,
Santa. Yeah.
this is just you're in Perth, Ken. You're in how far out of Perth are you?
North of Perth. North of Perth.
You guys are locked down until
Yes.
January, aren't you? What the hell's going on there?
Ah, yeah, we can't get out of this fucking state. No one can get in, no one can get out. We're pretty much stuck here. But it's very frustrating.
100%. I gotta say, now Sirocco, you're coming to Brisbane on Tuesday. Is that right?
Yeah, I've got to book it. I've got to do it this afternoon. I forgot to do it yesterday. I got caught doing other shit.
Did you book the Mexican holiday now? Tell me this. Confirm the.
No, I'm
Mexican-
doing that probably when I come back from. I'm just waiting for something to come over from the UK, which should be here on Tuesday, and Thursday, and then I'll probably book Mexico.
Okay, because we want to make sure you don't weasel out of it. No Aspen.
No.
Would you add another Rolex now? Or-
He's always open to adding, aren't you?
I kind of think I think 5's enough.
How do you work out what's enough? What's enough? Here we go. Divine Insurgent, $10. Some governments are trying to get rid of conventional gas and diesel cars, force people to buy electric. Not possible for all. Electric is limited range. Only elites will be able to travel long distances.
Oh.
And you still gotta burn a shitload of fucking fossil fuels to make electricity.
Well, that's the thing. These electric cars, it's a bit of a fucking furphy about them being good for the environment because the amount of crap that goes into digging up lithium.
I was going to say, those lithium batteries.
Bullshit.
I mean, fucking hell.
And Shorako, don't forget the battery is not forever. Yeah, I think after
Batteries aren't
50
forever.
years,
Then what the fuck do you do with it? It's like nuclear fuel. You know, it lasts forever.
You got this. Yeah, you got this waste.
and also, and not only the crap. Nobody talk how much money it costs you to change the battery.
Can you be romantically attached, like with a electric car? I mean, it's got to be, you know, it's kind of.
Unless they've got a sound effect button.
Yeah, they want.
I know BMW's got fake sound in the i8.
Well, they need it because it's just shit. You know, that's why I like my V8 because it sounds fucking good.
Shorako, it's like driving a video game. You have the sound effect.
Well, it is. It's for the freaking digital natives, you know. Sorry for them.
I got to tell you there, guys. Sirocco, any decent concrete boats in the marina since we last spoke?
Is there any concrete? I haven't seen any concrete ones recently. I mean, there's that shitty old bay line up in front of me, behind me. I showed you that yesterday when our friend Jero was on. Jesus, hey Arch, I've got on behalf of everyone in chat.
Yep.
Please make a point of not letting Jero put the video on when he's on the exercise bike again.
Yeah. Fair point there. DC and LV $2. Electric cars are like quartz watches, no soul.
Very true.
Congratulations, we got rid of Phil Collins.
Let me just have a look at
trains.
Sorry?
I'm just going to have a look at booking.com, see if I can still get my room. Hang on, I'll see if I can book it now.
I got to tell you guys, this whole electric thing, this is a different world. Who would have thought in 2000 electric cars would be taken seriously? If we could go back.
We thought cars going to fly that time.
Yes.
Yeah, where's that flying cars? Come on.
Yeah, 2000. It was Stephen Monash, $5. You are a genius, Archie. Leaving Birdman on works. Mute that clown. There we go. We're going to mute him. Sorry. Going to mute him for a couple of minutes there. Sorry. I got to tell you, William, what's going on in your world? Buying any watches? What's happening?
No, I'm not going to buy anything. There's really nothing at the AD. I want to get a Pepsi. I told them about it on the Oyster, but they said
there's no chance of getting that.
Well, you know, they don't tell you that, but they just said, you know, we'll let you know if anything comes around.
How many watches have you got there?
4.
What do you got? Tell us what you got.
Got the two-tone Sea Dweller. This one. Hold on.
Yep, beautiful watch. Beautiful.
I got the Batman on the Oyster.
Batman on the Oyster.
I got the 40 mil sub date, and then I got
steel. That's steel.
Yeah, steel. 40 mil sub date steel,
Yep.
And then I got the old Kermit, the 5-digit Kermit.
Yep,
that's it.
That's it. But do you think you got too many there? Like
honestly,
well,
you know, sometimes I think about selling one of the Submariners, but I can't decide which one to sell.
Yeah.
Sometimes
that's a lot of money you got invested there.
Yeah, well, I've had some of them for a while. I mean,
are you into cars, William?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't have room for a whole bunch of cars, but
what car do you have? What do you have?
I got a Dodge Challenger Hellcat.
Oh shit! They go like the shower.
Yeah, they're all right. They're pretty fast. I mean, but hopefully, many years down the road, if they get rid of these big V8 cars, it might be a collectible or something. I don't know. Then
And
I got a Chevy truck that I use for work.
what do you
that
do for work? What industry are you in?
Actually, you're gonna laugh about this. I work in the sanitation industry.
Got you. That's great.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that. And you've which state are you in?
California.
California. Oh shit. Everything's crazy in California. House
Yeah, it's
prices are
crazy.
ballistic. You own your
Yeah.
own home?
Yeah, I've lived here all my life, in same city. So yeah,
What's happened to California? Like it used to be affordable. What's going on?
yeah, just everything goes up. People are buying up all the houses. They're just outbidding each other. Like what was his name was saying? $1 million house. If somebody puts a house on the market for $1 million, by the time they're done bidding, it'll be at 1.3 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just people are just buying all the property just to buy it. It's just
They're being greedy, you think, or what?
they're just buying up everything. You know, there was a lot of
Yeah.
houses for sale, and people but they sell right away, and they just go into bidding wars.
Yeah. Yeah. Ken, you've got your own home, haven't you, Ken?
No, I'm currently trying to get finance and shit sorted out. Being self-employed is not the fucking easiest thing.
No, your wife works?
Housing market. Yeah, she works. The housing market's all fucked up at the moment, but yeah, trying to get our way into that.
Did you own a home before?
Nah.
Okay. It would have been good if you got into the market a couple years ago, but
Oh, it would have been great. I tried, but yeah, financing.
you can still get a nice house in Perth for a couple hundred, can't you?
If you want to live out the fucking sticks. Not really for a couple hundred these days.
What do you need to spend?
Yeah.
Half?
What I want, 400, 500.
400, that's okay.
If I can
Rich
find one,
P,
400.
$2. Archie will never own a nice car. That's why he's mad. You know what? I think, Rich, it's the situation that car prices are so ridiculous. I had to struggle and save for some of my watches. I'm just not going to pay premium retail for something. That cat is going to eat the bird. You can see this as being trouble, can't you?
Yep.
You can just
Gonna
see
have
this.
your face.
Yes. Ken, you wouldn't get a townhouse or an apartment, maybe?
No. I for my businesses and stuff, I want to be out of town a bit.
Do you ever heard of a suburb called Joondalupa? Joondalupa?
Joondalup?
Perth. Yeah, Joondalup, yeah.
Yeah, Joondalup. Yeah, Joondalup's
What's
alright.
that
But
like?
I'm way up north of Perth. I'm hundreds of kilometres away from Perth.
You can
I'm way up
relocate, but
no, the missus is not going to move. Family's
what
here.
does she do? What does she do? Your missus? She's a
Oh, she works in a cafe.
okay. She's got a job. You've got a job. What more do you want?
She's not going to move.
No. You got kids?
Yeah.
They're expensive critters.
Do you lock the door to that room so the kids can't get in?
Yes. When I get the new place, it'll be a fucking locked place, that's for sure. When he's only 8 years old now, so when he gets to age, yeah, this will be fucking locked up, that's for sure.
That's good. It's yeah.
At least I'll educate him in good wisdom.
Have you ever thought about a tiny house, Ken?
Yeah, the size doesn't really worry me. It's more the location, and I want to have a bit of property.
Sirocco, would you ever get a tiny house?
No.
You seen this new tiny house movement?
Yeah, I've seen them, but I'd never have a house.
Do you have much of them in Bundy? Is there anything in tiny houses in Bundy or anywhere up there?
I haven't seen anything, but I honestly, I don't go looking.
Fair enough.
Houses don't do much for me.
No, that's exactly.
No. You're living it up on that boat, though, so Rocco. You're living it up on that boat. It looks
he's
nice.
living the dream.
Well, we try to, hey, it's you get good days and you get your shit days as well. To be honest, mostly they're good. When the weather's shit, that can be
Yeah, I bet.
it gets a bit old. In fact, when the weather's shit, sometimes if it's for too long, I bugger off and stay in a hotel for a couple of days. Talking of hotels, I've just booked for Tuesday. I'll be down in Brizzy on Tuesday afternoon at about 2:30.
Beautiful. That
I
sounds
don't know how we can do a live stream from Jimmy's.
Yeah.
It'll be a bit late. A bit late for your viewers.
Bobby Legs, $5. Arch, I have a 124060. Don't need a dress watch. Thinking a Air King next. Thoughts? Bobby Legs, I'd like to get, I always say this, get a diver and get a GMT function. I reckon a GMT function like an Explorer 2 would be a great two-piece combo. That's all you ever need. I'm thinking about minimalizing a bit, Sirocco. What do you think?
Well, I live pretty yeah, I can't even say the word, but
minimalistic.
Yeah. Minimalistic. That's it.
Minimalism.
Yeah. But I don't know, Archie. I don't think it'll work for you. I just got this suspicion.
I know what you mean. I gotta.
It's all about the hoarding and the possessing.
How many of these things do you really need? How many of these things do you really need?
All of them.
I got to be honest with you, Sirocco. Can I tell you this in confidence?
Yeah, no one's listening.
I think I'm going fucking nuts because I can't travel. That's the fucking problem. I can't stay here in.
Look, I'm
lower middle class suburbia. It's driving me fucking insane. I got to get out of here as soon as I can. I'm going nuts. I can't handle it anymore. Okay, I got to jump on a jet plane, get the fuck out of Dodge, film vids, fuck around, swim in pools, taste nice food. That's what I need to do, Sirocco. I can't stay here.
In chat, there's a guy called AJ who's just repeating, and he's a real.
Just block him. See you later, AJ. See you later. He's gone. Anyone else?
Fucking bullshit.
Anyone else? Tell me anyone else.
Yeah, we'll do.
Link for Ronnie. Whack the link in.
Ronnie Paul.
He's a good guy, Ronnie Paul. I like him.
Cat and a bird in a restaurant? Yeah, why isn't the cat?
They're not in the restaurant. He's not in the restaurant. He's at home. He's in his toilet.
Yeah.
Is he still on mute? He can't be on mute.
Yeah, he's on mute. He's on mute. Let me say this to you. I reckon if you're going to have a two-piece...
This is the biggest toilet you ever saw.
Yes. I got to tell you, I think try and get an Explorer 2. Rolex, I got to tell you, man.
I like the Air King.
The Rolexes are... You got to get a house first, Kenny. Why doesn't she sell... Can you get rid of the car? Get rid of the Beamer? It would help, Ken.
Much for the Beamer. We kind of need the Beamer. I mean, I've got my car. She's got her car. We need the cars.
What do you drive, Ken?
I got a Jeep Wrangler.
Okay. Saying nothing. No comment.
No comment. I bought it new. It's pretty fucked now, but anyway.
Ronnie Paul's on. Hello, Ronnie Paul. How are you, man?
No comment.
No
What's
comment.
up, Arch?
I bought it new.
Hey, you got a bit of echo there, man. You got to turn the thing off in the background.
Kills the YouTube.
It's,
How about now?
I got to. Yep, beautiful work.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Ronnie Paul, how are you, man? Just quickly, Barstool, mute him again. Okay, he's muted. Okay, Ronnie Paul, what's happening in your world there? Silver and crypto. We're talking. You're doing the currency things, aren't you?
Well, wait a minute. So I came in now. Now I'm going to show you my my Rolex collection. You tell me what you think.
Yes,
Sound
please
good?
do. Yeah, sounds
right.
good, man.
So
Super chat.
All right. So first piece.
Yeah. Ooh, no date sub. Just quickly, Sirocco's KX sailing $5. Sirocco is the name of Errol Flynn's yacht. Just a coincidence. Well done, sir. Oh, Sirocco is the name of Errol Flynn's yacht.
It was. That was my last boat, not this boat.
Wow, that's beautiful.
That's a 41.
So that's a 41. Beautiful.
Wow.
Nice.
Bought
Yeah,
retail?
beautiful.
No, man, black, gray market.
You can't get that retail. Come on.
Second
Errol Flynn
one.
was from Tasmania. Did you know that,
He
Sirocco?
was. He was. He was a bit of a root rabbit. The date's up.
Let's not hold that against him.
Oh no.
And you got a sub date. What
No,
size
this
is that?
This is the sea dweller with the red writing with the Mark 1 dial.
Oh, got you. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you. Oh, and you got a Hulk, or is that a Cermet? Hulk.
It's a Hulk. It's a Hulk.
Holy
Well-
shit! You love your divers. He loves his divers. He needs a boat, Sirocco. I think that's what it's saying. And da. What's this? A deep sea? Is that a deep sea or a sea dweller?
that's the James Cameron.
Oh, beautiful.
Well,
And my last one.
Da. Yachty 2.
yeah, you lost me there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wrong way.
Come on, Ella.
So, man,
So that's
how
my
many
collection,
watches?
Arch.
How many watches is that? How many is that? That's 5.
Wow.
How much money is in that? How much money is in that?
Oh,
Well, I
Couple
was going
bucks.
to ask you what you think the market is, but I'm thinking right now the market price on all 5 of them would bring you to at least 150,000 Canadian.
Would you ever sell that and buy a Ferrari, a second-hand Ferrari 360
I don't think
or a
so. Arch.
430?
No,
Problem
I
with one
don't
of Ferrari
know.
like that is going to bleed a lot of money on
I
repairs and
wouldn't
shit.
sell it on a car, not on a vehicle.
A Corvette, a brand new Corvette?
Well, I have a Dodge Challenger RT, so I already have a sports car, and I'm really happy
Okay.
with it. Yeah,
That's amazing, man.
I
I got to tell you, man. What did you do to get that money like that? What did you do? What does the wife think of that collection, Ronnie Paul?
well, I'm single, dude.
Oh, okay.
There's the answer.
Sirocco understands, right?
yeah. Well, kind of. Hey, I've been single a couple of times.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure about the Yachtmaster 2. I have to tell you, it's
it's a love it or leave it watch.
But it's not a bad
Yeah.
look. It's actually one of the more complicated. It's a flyback chronograph. It's
Yeah.
quite a interesting. Tell me this, Ronnie. You own your own place in Canada?
No, I'm still working on that.
Okay.
Right
Which
now,
part
the
of
market's really hot.
mine is-
I'm in downtown Toronto.
Oh
Downtown
fuck! That's like $1
Toronto.
million, isn't it? Plus.
Minimum, and that's for like
Crazy.
600 square feet.
How does anyone fucking get ahead in Canada? Why is it gone like that? I don't understand it.
Well, because the loans are cheap and the money's just flying out the door, Arch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why.
Would you
I'm
ever move to somewhere like Hamilton?
Hamilton?
Yeah.
Kind of a, I don't know. I think it's kind of a dead city. It's
Yeah,
known
that's
as
why it's cheap.
It's known as Steel Town.
I know. That's why it's cheap.
Yeah, but the air always stinks because whatever smelting companies are still around.
Can't
they're
have
still-
everything. Does that matter?
I don't know.
Close the
Art.
door and windows. You have to do that anyway.
There's a town that's a little bit. It's maybe about 15 or 20 minutes from Hamilton. It's called Grimsby.
Mhm.
So maybe Grimsby would be somewhere I'd go because Grimsby still has a train that goes in there into Toronto. So from Grimsby to Toronto, it's probably an hour.
And what line of work are you in, Ronnie Paul?
Finance.
Finance. Oh, you can get your own loans. You can approve your own loan then, couldn't you?
No, not that kind of finance, Arch.
I
Not like
see.
that. I work for a very big investment bank.
Tell me this, Ronnie Paul. How much buying a house in America? How much deposit do you really need?
So I'm in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
So I think they want something like at least 25 or 30%, so that they can insure the home.
Fuck me dead. 30. Who the fuck has 30%?
Well,
Yeah, 30. That's fucking
the
brutal.
problem is that
What about a 5% mortgage? 5% down.
They wouldn't give you that. There's no way. Well, it has to be insured, right?
Insured against what?
Well, against everything, I guess.
Yeah, but if they can always repo the house if you don't make the payments.
Yeah,
just
that's it's the market in Canada is kind of monitored differently than in the U.S. So there's no such. You're not going to get like a ninja loan here. You heard of a ninja loan?
No equity, no income,
no job.
No job.
Yes. That's a ninja loan. So stuff like that doesn't exist in Canada. That's strictly in the U.S. And that's
I like that sort of shit. It's called the American dream.
Well, yeah. So America runs on debt, right?
What?
Nothing wrong with that.
Nobody forget 2008.
Yeah.
Don't forget Japan. Japan is technically bankrupt. Did you know that? For the last 20 years,
Sure.
Japan has technically been bankrupt.
Yeah, I know, but somebody needs to revoke the credit card, Arch. Who's going to revoke that credit card?
Yeah, but with MMT, they don't need to revoke anything. It's a spreadsheet at the Reserve Bank. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is eventually somebody has to tell either Japan or the United States that they don't want to do business with them anymore, right?
Stephen Monash, $5. Wizard wants me to mute that clown Marcelo. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, there we go. We'll mute him down. Let me say this, Ronnie Paul. Fucking me dead. 35%. Who are those fucking losers? Kidding.
Well, 30%, Arch.
30%.
Yeah,
Fucking hell. And a place is $1 million, so that means you've got to have 300,000. How the fuck can you save 300,000?
Right. So if you go, you get yourself an apartment or something like that for 600 square feet. It's about $800,000. So you'd have to put a minimum quarter.
Sorry to say this to you, Ronnie Paul, but if we get rid of the fancy car and the watches, we're almost there.
You're halfway. I was just about to say that.
No,
Get rid of all the watches. You're there.
Good down payment.
I have enough right now that I could go and buy something, but nobody should be buying at the top end.
No.
But we can't predict. It's very hard to predict the bottom and the top.
Well, listen, when Obama came into the United States in 2008, 2009, the U.S. had a $9 trillion debt. And now in the 12 years since, that's risen to 30 trillion. That's 21 trillion in 12 years. There's absolutely no way this can go on forever.
Hop on Smash, $2. We got John Goodman on the show tonight. Let me just say one thing to you. You've got to understand this.
Yes, John Goodman, know what? I get that comment a lot.
Yes, I like John Goodman. I love John Goodman.
That's not the first time I've gotten that comment before.
Let me say this to you. I got to tell you this, man. The thing is, right, with modern MMT, it doesn't matter how much they print because a sovereign currency can just do that. And it's the fact that America's got, you know how much roads they've got in America? Do you know how much toilets, railways, airports, all that infrastructure is worth $1 gazillion?
Right, and they're putting it on their balance sheet, and that's why they're justifying printing what they're doing.
Exactly,
right.
And that's okay. You know what I mean. It's all.
So, are you looking forward to paying $20 for a pack of bacon?
Here we go. Divine Insurgent, $2. Please read my previous super chat. Divine Insurgent. We got John Goodman. Divine Insurgents. Let me go back to this one here. Divine Insurgents. Here we go. Sorry about that. $5. What are your thoughts on the Tudor Glamour? Refined and elegant, or gaudy and even tacky? The case is large, 42 mils, and there's also a two-tone model. I got to tell you the truth there. I hate the Glamour. The Glamour is absolutely one of the most ugliest. I don't understand why the fuck Tudor just goes crazy on garbage. They just, I'm just going to get it up there. It's called a Tudor Glamour, right? Let me just bring this baby up for you. Tudor Glamour. Glamour. Here we go. Look at this. This is just I don't understand who the hell this is. They try and sell this to the Asian market because nobody else would want it. I'm not a huge fan of it. Okay, I'm not a huge fan. Are you a fan of this? By the way, one of my favorite. Look at that with tacky diamonds. Oh my god, he's used a flash. That's just awful. Let's just call one up here. But that's it's like a date just. It's not my. I think Tudor should stick to Black Bay. Stick to the Black Bay. That's what they should do. They don't do. They don't do. They don't
At least
do
it
this
doesn't have
genre.
snowflake hands.
Excuse me. I got to tell you this now. Half on Smash. Divine Insurgent. William Money, $20. Arch, sorry for dropping off unexpectedly. My phone is going dead and now having dinner. See you another day. We love you. Ronnie Paul, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How old are you now? You'd be early 40s?
I'm the same age as you, 48.
Okay, you're looking a bit better than me.
Really?
Let me ask you this. Ronnie Paul, let me ask you this. What
Okay.
future is there for us, right? If we ourselves, right? If we ourselves don't own a home, what future have we got? Are we going to be in trailer parks down the track, or what are we going to do? Where do we live?
I don't
Do we
know.
go to Tijuana?
Tijuana? Mexico?
What do we do, man?
So I know a few people who've been going to like South America.
Because I'm thinking about getting divorced soon.
Really? Does your wife know this?
Not quite. She just told me
Only
she
since
doesn't want
last
to work.
night.
Look, she just said to me she doesn't want to work anymore. What am
Listen,
I supposed to do?
Step one, cut her credit card.
Look, I don't know what I can do. What do I do then? This house prices are crazy. Everything's gone ballistic. I've fucked up the timing. I owned properties in the past.
Well, wait a minute.
And they weren't.
You live in your current house, and you said that you have an apartment.
Yeah.
No.
It's still a lot of. The problem is there's still a lot of debt on them. There's not paid off. That's not. Do you understand that concept? It's.
What's your balance on the? What's your total balance on the two homes?
How much do I owe? You mean?
Yeah, altogether. Is it $500,000? Is it more than $500,000?
Look. I got a few. Do you want me to include the interest-free solar, the interest-free security screens, the interest-free?
No. Just the house. I'm figuring you owe $500,000, right?
I'll tell you.
Are you concerned about rising interest rates?
570. Okay, 570.
Are you concerned?
570.
I heard you. Are you concerned about rising interest rates?
I locked in at 1.8%, 1.99, and 2.49%.
Is that for 5 years?
3 years.
What are you going to do after 3 years?
I want to buy a fucking boat like Sirocco. I don't want to fucking be. I don't want to be a wage slave. I don't want these women to retire on me, and I'm the bunny who's left doing super chats every fucking day of the week until I die.
Well, if you sell now, now's the best time. Sell it now and get the boat now. Get the boat tomorrow.
No, the boats are too expensive. There aren't any boats. There's no stock.
You're kidding.
No.
Everything's
gone to shit. There's boats are just crazy prices.
Can't get houses, can't get boats, can't get fucking Rolex, can't get anything.
So
you can't get fuck all.
When you dock dock your boat, how often per day do you get asked, "Are you looking to sell?"
Never.
No one asks you. No one tells you, "Hey, nice boat. Are you looking to sell?"
No.
No.
No one can see my boat. I'm so far out from the shore.
Oh,
I think it's the rifle he walks around with. I think it's the rifle he walks around with.
I was talking to my mate the other day. He owns a caravan dealership, and I won't say where. And on a good year, he was asked this question when we were on the Gold Coast, and on a normal year, he sells 300 caravans a year. Yep. Okay.
On a normal year.
On a normal year.
Yeah.
On a normal year.
Okay.
This year, he's 500. And he's run out of stock. He can't. He's now booked. He's got orders up to 2023.
You think it's
and some of these caravans are $120,000, $130,000 Australian.
So you think people are selling their homes, cashing in on the huge home sales, and they're moving into these caravans?
A lot of people have got money, cheap money. They can't go overseas, or they haven't been able to go overseas, so they've been buying boats, caravans, and cars. You can't even buy a fucking Toyota Corolla. 6 months wait list.
What does a decent caravan cost these days, Sirocco?
Oh shit! Anything up 60 grand up.
Yep.
And then you got to buy your 4-wheel drive to tow it.
You don't think I could use the Civic?
Possibly not. Maybe a nice setup.
Arch, if you
I think you should get a nice setup.
Arch, if you get the caravan, I think the wife's gonna leave you. No.
Hoff on Smash $2. Let's start 5-year exit plan and meet at Orchard Towers. Let me just explain something to you, okay? So what I've discovered is the wife has said to me she wants to quit work at 55. She's 51, so 4 more years, right? I've already got the spreadsheets. I know exactly how much I'll owe on the mortgage. I know exactly how much I owe on that free solar system. Okay? Okay? And I've also worked out if I got divorced, I'd get as little as 30%.
Does she earn more than you?
She only works 3 days a week.
That doesn't mean anything.
Look, she earns. I earn slightly more, but she earns for the last couple. This is the first year that I've earned more than her.
Okay. I'm gonna say, because sometimes it works the other way around, where you get divorced and the woman has to pay out. Pretty rare.
I got 2 kids under 18.
Yeah.
You got a lot of attachments, Arch.
You know what I'm thinking?
Can I ask a favor? Can we get rid of that watch on the screen? It's really doing my eyes.
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah,
I
that's
tend to agree with you there. I gotta tell you seriously. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think I'm happy in life anymore. You know what I want to do? Really, I would like to. This house. You think it's great to own it? It's great, right? It's a great home to own. The problem is, I'm never going to pay this bastard off. Really, you know what? The investment unit.
You need a trip away.
I got to tell you, Sirocco, the whole thing is you're trapped. You're on the treadmill. You cannot get off. You can't just pull out. The problem is too, Ronnie Paul. What's happened here is, say I sold my house. It's easy to sell. It's hard to buy another one. You got to make offers. It's really competitive housing market, right? I'm scared to sell unless you've got something else to jump into, because there's a classic case, Sirocco. I don't know if you saw. It was in the press. This bank fucked up the payment, the settlement day, and the seller basically said, "You forfeited it. We're keeping the deposit. Fuck off." 75,000. Did you see that, Sirocco?
I didn't see that. No. Fuck.
Yeah. And because the bank fucked it up, that they were ready the next day to settle, and the owner said, "Fuck, you've breached the contract. Fuck off," and they sold it to someone else for more. And kept the Normally, you don't give a 75,000 deposit. I normally just give $1,000 or 5,000. You don't put 7,000.
How much spending?
But normally you give them the check on settlement for the rest. One bank gives. You don't just. But I got to tell you, it's really, really nasty. I don't know who the hell is buying this shit, because you can't blame the Chinese, because they're stuck in China. They're not here now. Okay, they're stuck. They're not. You can't blame the Chinese now. Like in Canada, the Chinese were buying up a lot. You can't blame them because they're not there now, are they?
So Archie, what I've been hearing is that a lot of hedge funds are buying up property, and part of the push for why you see prices increasing is because you have investment funds that are buying these homes and then collecting on the rent.
I don't know if you do that in Canada because they got
Well, yeah,
empty house tax. They got all sorts of nasty stuff there. Houses don't pay a good return. Like you look at how much you actually buy the place for. The return on it is actually pretty dismal, to be honest with you. It's a lot of hassle. Tenants are a fucking pain in the ass, right? It's Ronnie Paul, when are you going to do you think you've missed the housing bubble to buy a house of your own? Are you disappointed you don't have one?
No. Because like if you go and you purchase a brand new apartment today,
yeah,
you got the mortgage you have to pay on it, plus you have the monthly utilities, right? So that like the maintenance fees.
Yeah.
So usually when an apartment is brand new, those maintenance fees are probably anywhere between $500 and $800 a month.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the older that the apartment gets, the higher that goes up. So if you go and you have an apartment,
we go. Divine Insurgent, $2. Look into BlackRock. They own virtually everything.
That's what I'm telling you. They're buying. That's Soros. I think that's Soros's fund. George Soros. You know George Soros, right?
Yes, he wears an Aquanaut.
He's nasty. He's a nasty guy. So they're
buying up houses in Canada
and in the U.S. Yes, they are buying it all up, and they're buying farmland.
Here, Sovereign said Westpac paid back the loss plus 10K. That's right. That's right, West.
No good if they've sold their other place, though, is it?
No, they were first-time buyers. First-time buyers.
Right.
Actually, it's the suburb next door to me. It was Jindalee. I'm in Jamboree. It's the suburb next door. It was a $900,000 house. What the hell? I can't believe these prices.
They're fucking nuts. Yeah.
But, I mean, how come they're so nasty? Why don't they just give an extra day for them to get the thing done? I can't believe people are so nasty. They're so litigious now. You make a slight mistake, they won't forgive you, will they, Sirocco? They just run with the money.
They just take the money and
Ronnie Paul, seriously, man, do you even need to own a house? If you put some money into, say, a managed mutual fund or some share market investments, you know, like a lick, you know, like a surely you don't actually need. Who the fuck needs? I've come to a realization quickly. Stephen Monash, $5. Let Mark Callow get a word in so I can mute him. There we go. He's very noisy. Okay, we'll just mute him again. Ronnie Paul, I've come to and same as you, Sirocco and Kenny, you know, I've come to the realization none of us owns a fucking house, okay? I'm 49 years old. I would be lucky. I don't even have another 50 years left. Do you understand that? I hope I have 50 years left, okay? But with my diet, my exercise routine, and my cigar habit, it's very unlikely, okay?
You need to reboot that weight loss.
Let me say
we worked out yesterday. I think Archie worked out that I've got about 180 years left. I can't remember.
Yes. Let me say this to you, right? So when you say you own a house, you don't own it. Yes, you can pass it on to your kids, but realistically, we're all just renting. We've all got a limit to how long we can last. Do you understand this?
So listen, Archie, you're in Australia, and much like Canada, you go under Queen's law, correct?
Yes.
So technically speaking, you don't own the land that you have that house on. You're just a leaser.
Correct.
That's correct.
So if the government decides that they need to build a highway, and the highway has to go through your house,
they always have. They can compulsory.
Yes, they'll just kick you off.
Yeah.
No, but they pay you out. But
they won't. They'll give you what they think is market rate.
Well, normally they're pretty fair. In all honesty, I'm sorry they normally are pretty damn fair.
Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of what happened here in Canada.
Yes.
There was some farmland, and there was a farmer living on it.
Yeah.
And the city approached him, and they said, "We need to build a huge highway through your property, and we're gonna purchase the property from you." And he said, "No, I don't want to sell it."
Yes.
And they said, "Well, you don't have any choice. We're gonna buy the house off of you, right?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they started doing some research, and they found that once they install that highway, that's $65 million worth of traffic that will go on that highway. on a
Yeah.
daily basis. So if they're going to give him market value for that house, he should be getting like in the hundreds of millions of dollars, or at least a share. But that's not what they did. They told him your house is old, it's run down. Here's $500,000, and you have to be off of it by 6 months.
Yeah, I look. That's always happened. I mean, it's compulsory acquisition. They can do that. They can do that to any of us, but
They can't do it in the States though. And if you're an American and you're listening, you're really
Yeah.
lucky.
But you know what? So
really
what?
free.
But let me say this to you, Ronnie Paul. I just think myself, right? You don't actually, would you retire in Asia? Is that the aim? I'm actually, I want to fuck off. I hate it here. I hate it here. Okay, I want to sell my watches. Well, I'll keep a couple Rolex and my Speedy, and get the fuck out of Dodge. I don't actually want to be here. I don't even want to be part of this mouse wheel. I don't want to be on this treadmill anymore. I had enough.
Which country do you want to go to?
I want to go to a couple. I'd like to go to Vietnam. I'd like to go to Thailand. I'd like to go to KL, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. I'd like to go to Japan. I want to just fuck around there for a while. And when I get really sick, I'm going to come back to Australia and just suck on the health system. How's that sound?
I would think about Vietnam
Sounds good to me.
also. I would think about Vietnam
Sounds
also,
right to
but
me
it's a
too.
communist country.
Yeah, I know. But I'm not going to buy anything there. I'm just going to live there for a while,
I think
can't stand it.
there's a limit to how long you can stay away before you lose your Medicare stuff and your pension.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, I believe so. I can't
But
remember what it
I don't qualify for the pension until I'm in 67 and a half now, anyhow.
Yeah.
So I can fuck around for a while before
Yeah,
I
I'm
come
the
back.
same. It's 67.
You have
And they'll
to
probably
return
keep
at
them up
least
on
once
one
a
way.
year to Australia.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'd
it's
do that
have to return
the
anyhow.
same in Canada, every 6 months.
Well, that's okay. I don't mind that. I just
Yeah, but
honestly,
it's 6 months on and 6 months off. So that means you have to come back and sit around for 6 months before you can take off again.
yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the case here. I don't know if I think you've got to come back, but I don't think it's for that amount of time.
So in Canada, you'd have to do that. It's 6 months on and 6 months off.
I mean, seriously, it's crazy. The house prices in Canada or California, New York, they're ridiculous. It's like Australia. Australia used to be one of the best countries in the world. You could buy a house like for $150,000. It was amazing. Good bang per buck. It was no big deal. You could buy a house, you could sell a house. It was all easy. Now it's turned into this global business. It's just awful. It's just
so much for the lucky
awful.
country.
So listen, Art,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. I don't know if you heard this
Yeah.
or not. They're trying to pass a bill in the United States where they would tax you on unrealized gains.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm serious. You can take a look. The Biden wants to do that. They want to tax
How
you
the fuck
on
can you do that?
unrealized gains.
That's unworkable.
Explain to me this in other words, what this means.
So
Well,
what
if
that-
you've made money on something, say you inherited a thing and you bought it, you had it 20 years ago, it just says, well,
No, if you've
if
got,
you,
No,
you got a house, you got shares, you got stocks,
Yeah.
whatever.
Or-
You
yes.
can make money off it.
but
They'll
the other
fucking
thing is
start
too,
taxing you,
they
but
can
think
also
they can make-
just have a straight wealth tax, say 3% of your yearly wealth is taxed.
That doesn't give them enough. That doesn't generate enough income for them. This way, when you own stock,
NATO's got a point. You call it provisional tax. Is that the same?
no. So what would happen
No,
is
provisional tax was for tax in advance for next year, but if you didn't
Yeah.
earn it, you got that money back. Provisional tax is different. Untaxed. So basically, what they're saying is, say you make 100,000 out of it in Australia, you only pay tax on it when you sell the stock or investment. So if you make 100,000, say you put 10,000 in an investment and it's suddenly worth 110,000, so you got 100,000 profit. The way it stands now, you would only pay tax on the profit when you sold that investment. So you would
Well, you've got capital
sell it-
gain.
You would actually in
Yeah,
Australia,
capital gains, but-
if you hold it for more than 12 months, you get a 50% discount.
Yep.
Yep.
And then it would be that capital gain would be like added onto your income. So you could structure
this
your
makes sense.
affairs so that you don't earn a lot of money that year, so that it kind of lessens it. You know what I'm saying? There's a few things you can do, but he's saying untaxed gains.
Yes.
But the thing is, if
Yeah,
they
that's-
had untaxed gains, then they couldn't get you for capital gains tax later on, but could they? It's like paying your capital gains tax as you go. What about
Well, they'll get
losses
you for
that
it.
you
They'll get you
also
for the
incur?
difference and then
No, but
add
what happens with losses? Because
Well,
not all investments
that's-
go up. That's
Yeah.
no.
That's still being discussed, but they've come out with the initial idea that what they'll do is they'll tax you on unrealized gains. So if you have stock in Apple and 2021 ends and you're up by say $200 a share, even though you haven't sold it, you would still be paying tax on it. So what they're saying is,
got you. But
So what's going to be the point of you owning stocks? If
good, exactly. That's
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
problem, and nobody is really considering it, right? No, that's not how they're looking at it.
Jesus.
So that's where this whole thing of you will own nothing.
Divine
and you will be
Insurgent,
happy.
$5.
That's where it's
Nomad
coming.
Capitalist Channel talks about countries with low taxes and cost of living, and ironically, more freedom. Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Eastern European. And we've got
So Ronnie, basically what you're
Room.
saying.
How are you?
England.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's going on?
I knew we'd
What
bring
you're
him
saying,
out.
they
man,
put
look.
us,
Conspiracy
they
talk.
close us in the corner.
The conspiracy talk will always bring our green shrew. Have a nice sleep. Did you just wake up, Green Room?
No, I woke up a little bit ago, but I just look, I just wanted to pop on and just get that WhatsApp message I sent you, Archie. It was very important that I sent you.
Sorry.
So actually, they're closing us in the corner, Ronnie. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, that's you've heard the saying, "You will own nothing and you will be happy." That's technically what they're doing. They're forcing you to sell everything because it'll be too expensive to keep everything.
Yeah.
And that's
Welcome to socialism.
That's socialism. Yeah, that's what it is. It's exactly what it is.
I haven't actually been watching the past hour, but I think that they might also call it the Great Reset. I think, or something or other like that.
What's the go with the Great Resignation? Is people basically saying they had enough of it? We're going to resign and do something else with our life. Is that what it is? The Great Resignation?
That's what they're calling it.
They're complaining that there's not enough employees or not enough workers to keep supply chains open. But I have my own theories about what's really going on with that, Archie.
Ooh, actually, guys, I just got to take a quick toilet break. I will be back. Just cover me, would you?
Righto. That whiskey must have gone through.
You know, what is funny in the state back in the 50s, they got so afraid of how we say communism and socialism, and whoever used to support that party, they actually used to arrest and even arrest somebody that had a rumor that is a socialist. And look what's going on now. They're making the whole country become a socialism country.
Green Room, did you break through that door?
Yes, I did. I just kind of jammed my way through it. There's a bit of grass at the bottom of the door, kind of plugging the door up. I really had to push it real hard, and it opened up.
Did you turn the key and give it a good boot?
Well, yeah, kind of. I really just forced the key, and it actually just sort of forced it much more than I would have been comfortable, but I just sort of did, and it worked. I'm yet to do the lawn mowing, though.
Yeah,
so I need to do that.
But for somebody that actually are in investor and they also work in a famous bank, I mean, what you're taking about all this fake, unrealistic, enormous worldwide number of money that doesn't exist?
You mean
creating?
It's digits on a computer, numbers on a computer. Yeah.
But it's going to create a huge disaster, right?
Of course it will. Yeah. Big time. That's why with some of the ideas, it's just good to sometimes have some assets that are off the books. So if you got some gold, you got some silver.
But they want to tax us on this.
No, because how do they know that you have it?
Not if you hold it.
Not, yeah, they will, if they don't know you have it, they can't tax it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do you think that if you're buying, gold and silver off of eBay or whatever, they'll have a way of tracing it back to you? Or
Number one, I wouldn't buy off eBay.
No.
yep, sure.
Unless you want a piece of plastic.
Better
with
lump of lead painted gold.
So
Yep.
I mean, when I go to my dealer, they have my identification. So if I buy something off of him, they have record of it. But the thing is that when I go to sell it, I don't have to report it to anybody. And technically speaking, commodities like gold in Canada aren't taxable because it's 24. If I buy a 24 karat bullion coin, they don't tax that. But if you buy like a American Eagle in Canada, that's considered taxable because a gold Eagle is actually 18 karat gold because they put some silver into it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you still have 1 ounce of gold, but you have some extra weight in that coin, which is consistent of the silver. So because the silver is mixed in with that eagle, it's considered jewelry in Canada, and that gets taxed. But again, nobody regulates you buying and selling it. And if they were to do some kind of a confiscation of gold, like they did in the States back in the 1930s, it would just go to the black market.
Yeah.
And that would be the end of it.
I think whatever assets you have, this was going to keep the value. Everything else going to go to the toilet, basically.
I mean, speaking for myself, I have a pessimistic outlook, and
fine.
I never noticed.
That's my outlook.
You know what? Not criticize, but when I saw you first time, you remind me a little bit.
Hey guys,
Bart
I'm back.
Flintstones, like you have that.
Fred Flintstone. Well, one guy commented. He says I look like John Goodman, and that's not the first time I've heard that. I've had
There's
a lot
been
of
a few. I think someone else said Barney Rubble.
Guys, I got to tell
You
you,
make
the reality is, guys, I want to say this to you. Home ownership is a mechanism for governments to control its citizens. See, we desperately all want to own our own home. It keeps us put in one spot. You know, this was used by the Singaporean government. They used to have strikes. And then they started, they had these HDBs, Housing Development Board. They started saying, right, we're going to make, everyone can have an apartment. These were government housing called HBD. You could own it and you could use your retirement savings, superannuation, 401k towards buying it. And that's how the government has controlled people. And I got to tell you the truth. If I had my way, I'd like to sell up. I'd only get 30% after the divorce. 30%, maybe 40 depends on how vicious the lawyer she got. And the reality is, you know what I'd like to do, seriously? I'd like to fuck off. The problem is the share market's very high as well now. Like normally I'd say put some money into the share market and then just go and live in a low-cost country. But I can't do that. You know, I tell you honestly, seriously, I think you guys should be free. Look at Sirocco. Sirocco's free. He doesn't care. He's got no care in the world. Ken, you want to jump on this treadmill? How old are you, Ken?
Oh, I'm 46. I don't want to jump on the fucking treadmill, but, having a wife.
Do you really
I don't want to do it, but,
Not even with a scotch in your hand?
Yeah. Got to fucking do it.
Ronnie, do you feel
what other choice is there?
Do you wish you had bought a home earlier?
Oh, fuck
yeah.
You've got savings, but you've got substantial savings.
Yes, I have no problem. I could go and buy one tomorrow if I want.
You've got 100,000 in watches.
That's just in the watches, Arch. I am liquid. Let's put it that way.
maybe the watches is a good thing. Actually, it's not
Like
a bad thing.
like Marcelo, he's
No.
also got 100.
Watches
How
are
much
only
is
going to
your
go
watches
up.
worth, Marcelo?
Much as like silver, yeah. Silver and gold.
Marcelo, how much have you got in watches? You got 100, haven't over 100.
You want to calculate that? I'm going
No,
to tell
just
you.
you tell me. You tell me. You should already know how much you got. You reckon?
So we know about the Smurf, the
Yeah.
Cermet, and the
Yeah.
Meteor Dial, the
Yeah.
GMT.
Yeah.
Let's maybe include my wife watch. They just 36
Could you
millimeter,
take
the
that if you
two-tone
left?
one.
Could you take that if you just tell her you're getting it serviced? That's a good line. Okay, you can steal it. And how much is that? How much is that?
I don't know. I think it was 1.3 million, but now the market they go
That's
more up.
yen.
I
He's
don't know.
talking yen. So it's 130,000 US approximately.
I have my Breitling
Yes,
Chronomat 44. I have my Panerai. I have my Omega.
Yeah. Okay.
Speedmaster. The Tudor that the team want to
So see, that's
to
he's
give away.
holding his money. The truth is, Ronnie Paul, you're in finance. Are watches of reasonable hold of value? What do you think yourself? You're in
So,
finance.
I would look at them sort of like you would look. Did you ever see that movie, The Big Short?
Yeah.
So you
Yes.
remember when he had the Jengas, the pile of Jengas, and it was a picture of the housing bonds and how you had it from C all the way to A or from A all the way to C. So I would say Rolex is top tier. So your money is well hedged in that. I would also consider Patek and AP as a good hedge, but I'd be a little bit weary about the Richard Milles and anything less because if they raise interest rates and people go to sell all of that stuff off, those are the watches that'll come out first. Those will be the ones that'll be sold off in the early stages. So that's why I've always been a Rolex guy and I'm a Rolex fanboy. So that's good for me. So I'm buying what I like. So
How about Pam? Are you a Pam fanboy?
I am not a Pam fan at all, not in the least.
Tell me this. Housing market gone the way it is. Do you really want to fucking sign up to a 30-year mortgage in your late 40s?
No, I don't. But
what you're signing up to do is work until you're fucking mid 70s.
I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that, Arch. I mean, I know that when I go to bed at night, I can sleep well, knowing that I don't really have any worries, and I can just kind of coast.
Here we go, Diego. $5. Arch, should I trade my 126610? It's a date sub 41 mil, and my 124270. That's his Explorer 1 for a 116520. That's a pre-ceramic Daytona steel. Also, my place also sold my place in less than 24 hours. Kashing.
The 126610 is the sub. You have a sub.
He's got a sub and an Explorer 1.
Is that the stainless? Is that the stainless Daytona or the one with the ceramic bezel?
No, it's not ceramic. It's a steel bezel, pre-ceramic.
Is it the white? Is it the white face or the black face?
He doesn't say. What do you reckon? I don't think I'd do that.
Are they asking him to top up cash on that Daytona, or it's a straight up trade?
I would be keeping what he's got. I don't think I would be doing that. It depends on what condition. What condition is the 116520? Is it box papers? What color? He hasn't told me anything.
So Archie, that 116520, those are going for $45,000 in Canada.
Fuck.
Wow.
Jeez.
Now, with regards to the date sub, those are going for around 19,000. And what's the other one? Is that an Explorer?
Explorer 1.
Oh, then I would trade it up for sure.
But it's the new Explorer 1.
Still, what is that? 12,000 Canadian?
They're going over retail.
But it's going to go up and up, isn't it?
I think that Daytona is a surefire winner. If I had those two watches and someone offered me that and the watch was full box and papers, with very little
Depends
signs
on the
of wear
condition.
on it, I
Depends
would
on the
yeah,
condition, but doesn't
I
it?
would
'Cause
I would
that's
go
an
for
old
it.
watch too, but
Well, how old is old? Is that like from what? That's like the last ones came out when? 2012, 2013? When was the last year for the all steel
yeah, and
Daytona?
also it's so this is a non-Zenith one, non-Zenith, of course.
Yeah, I know. There's dealers here that are asking like over $40,000 for those for the steel ones,
Wow.
not even the ceramic. I would do it.
He's
The
got a
question if it will continue to go up.
Yes.
The sub date is highly desirable, but
Yeah, you're
Archie.
right. You can always flip the sub date, but I mean, you combine the after the gray retail cost on those two watches that he wants to flip here in Canada, I think it would still come under the 45,000 that the gray dealers are asking. So you would still have to top that up here.
but are they getting 45? They're asking. Doesn't mean they're getting that, but you know.
Well, I'll tell you this. I follow a few guys that are gray here in Toronto, and they'll have one of those watches appear on their site, and in less than 2 weeks, it'll be gone.
Guys, you guys watching in a future 200K watch.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That's with the meteor dial, right?
Yeah. Now I
That's an
think he's
interesting
85.
comment.
I think he's 80, 85 now, but
That's full gold, right? That's a full gold
White
watch.
gold,
Yeah.
white gold, white gold,
Let me
white
tell
gold.
you something. If I saw you wearing it, I'd roll you for it, Marcelo.
Same.
So you can find the. He's saying you can find the 116520 for 24.
Now, this is comment in the chat from Reza. It's not a super chat, but I think it's a good one.
Yeah. What does Reza say? Reza's quite a. Where is he? I can't find him. Reza. Where's he gone?
Just above Diego in the comments.
That's a good comment too about the Chinese market. Yeah. But the problem is it's insulated. So as long as the Chinese government can hide it, kind of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's watching. No one needs to.
Archie, I'm disappointed. I have 4 ceramic Rolex, Basel Rolex, and none of them are black ceramic. I don't have a black ceramic Rolex.
Hey, Marcelo, did you get that watch at retail or did you get that gray?
All of them retail.
So how much did you pay for that one? For the meteor dial?
For the meteor dial, actually they increased the price now. I mean, I'm going to say in yen, okay? I pay in 2020, I pay 4.2 million yen. And now they increase it for, and the retail price this year, they increased it for almost 4.5 million yen.
Yeah, but what's it on the black? What's it on the gray market?
The gray market, actually, it went up to 10 million, almost 100K, and then it dropped down now to 80, like 8 million, 8 something.
So
but
4.2 million yen is 37,000 US.
Yeah, and now they increase more 10%. They put more 10% now.
But you can't get it. You can't get it. It's none. Look, I got to tell you, seriously, you got to remember this. What in China they got
this I pay 10 grand.
I think watches could be the perfect thing. But Ronnie Paul, do you think watches could be the perfect thing to evade these inheritance taxes?
Well, yeah, we were discussing that when you were on your little washroom break there.
Yeah,
about assets that are off the books.
Yeah, watches are the best.
Yep.
That's
Some
what
watches,
a lot of
get some
people are
gold,
doing.
get some silver.
Yeah, but
Now,
you need to sell it private. Like I need to sell to Ronnie private. You need to transfer money for me private, everything private. Because if
no, he
not,
doesn't
it's going to be
transfer. He needs
taxed.
to give you a block of cash. He needs to give you
Yeah.
a block
Yeah.
of cash.
I would have to give you. I'd have to give you a brick.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because then it's going to be chaseable and you will lose money.
Oh, let me tell you a story, Arch.
Yeah.
When I went to buy that the Hulk.
Yeah.
When I went to buy that Hulk, I pulled out paid that full cash, right?
Yeah.
And at the time I bought it, it was 18,500 Canadian.
Yeah.
So I pulled that out in cash.
Yeah.
And they I showed them ID. I had the money. Everything was fine. And within 24 hours, they locked my account.
Who's that? Who's they? The bank.
The bank.
And what did they say?
Well, I went to use my bank card at a machine, and it said you can only do deposits. You can't do withdrawals. Call the bank. So I called the bank up, and I said, "What the heck's going on?" And they said, "Oh, well, we're going to put you through to the fraud division."
Sure.
No way.
So they put me through to the fraud division, and the guy starts asking me all sorts of questions about what was the last purchase you remember making. And I said, well, when I pulled the cash out, I went for a slice of pizza, and I used my debit card to buy the pizza with.
Yeah.
And then he asked me, you remember how much you spent for that pizza? So I swear to God, I gave him.
No, that's okay. Okay, what happened then? So they confirmed your identity. Then what happened?
He confirmed it all, and he told me, he says the reason we locked it is because you withdrew cash over $10,000. And I told him, well, listen.
Did you withdraw it from a branch or a machine?
From a branch. So I told him, listen, I went to the branch, and it wasn't a 24-hour turnover. It wasn't a same-day transaction. I actually had to order the funds.
Yes,
I ordered them on a Monday, and then they gave it to me on a Tuesday. So I said, why would you be freezing my money if there was a 24-hour turnaround and I showed you identification? He couldn't give me an answer.
And you have the money, and the money is yours.
And I had the money. I said, look, it's clear cash. I have a huge balance in the bank. Why would you lock it? And he couldn't give me a straight answer.
Yeah, but the thing is,
fishy.
Wouldn't you just, it depends how much money you got in the bank, and you got 100,000 in the bank?
In that branch, yes.
Well, wouldn't you just take it out? You say to him, look, no worries. I completely understand your protocol. I tell you what we'll do. You give me 80,000 cash tomorrow. I'm going to withdraw the whole lot. I'll have it as cash. I can put it in a safety deposit box, and don't worry about your 0.0005% interest. I'll just keep it at home and play strip poker.
Sure, I understand. The reason
is also it's also a kind of a security. For example, if I am in gunpoint, I point you, I say, hey, I need you to withdraw to me right now 100K cash. So theoretically, you cannot.
So
go on.
So tell me this. I don't understand this. So what are you going to do then long term? What the answer is? The funny thing is, what I don't understand is, why are these banks, they treating 5,000, 10,000, even 18,000? It used to be a lot of money. Now it's a bee's dick. Like 18,000 isn't really that much, but they're treating it like it's 180,000.
Well, there's a difference between $100,000 as digits on a computer and $100,000 in physical cash. That's a big difference. And when I go into the bank and I pull out 18.5 in cash, that hurts. And they don't like that. And if you look at your bank statements and you read your contracts, technically speaking, the money that you have in the bank doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the bank. That's how the contracts are written.
So what are you going to do then? Do you withdraw it all then, or what are you going to do?
Well, if I could, I'd buy a whole bunch of gold with it, Arch. But the problem is, where am I going to put it, right? I'd have to store it off-site.
But can't you have a safety deposit box?
I would never put gold in a safety deposit box in a bank, ever. You don't do stuff. You never do stuff like that.
They know about it then.
Yeah. Would never do that.
They don't look into your safety. They shouldn't be looking into your safety deposit box.
Well, I went for listen to me. I went for fun. I went to see what the safety deposit box looks like, and she took me into the room and showed me the room where they have the boxes. And I noticed that there were two key slots, and I asked her, "Well, wait a minute, how many keys do I get?" She goes, "Oh, you get one." And I said, "Well, what's the other key for?" They said,
have that's their security key. Yeah, that's correct. That's right. But it's okay. So what's wrong with that?
So what they do, Archie, is when at night they go into those safety deposit boxes and they open them up to see what's inside it. And if she sees that I have gold in that box, they put that on their balance sheet and they claim it as an asset on their balance sheet.
Ronnie, I think I got to be honest with you, Ronnie.
No, it's right, because
there's only so much shit.
I mean, they're going to do it for insurance crap.
There's only so much shit I can accept here. So, Rocco, you're the face of reason. This guy's it doesn't
No,
work
it's not.
like
No, he's right.
Archie, you don't believe me.
I'm
They
dubious.
claim that they check this.
Diego M.
dead
Diego
serious.
M. $5. I would love to clear a room with Marcelo under nods. Flash bangs going off, breaching doors. Oh, it'd be a hoot.
No, the claim is that they're checking this to make sure that there is no drugs in the safes.
Sirocco, what do you
one
think,
claim.
Sirocco? What do you think?
I'm
Seriously.
a bit dubious. I got to tell you.
Yeah, I tell you one thing interesting, but Sirocco, I'll tell you I got a safety deposit box at the Commonwealth Bank.
Back in a sec.
And they said to me, if they see someone putting cash in there, they have to report it, and it's investigated. Like if you're putting cash, I said, don't you have the right to put cash into my? Don't I have the right to put?
That
cash
one wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't surprise
I went to get a safety deposit box here. I don't know, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And there aren't any. There's a waiting list. I got to wait for someone to die before I can get one.
Which bank are you with?
Westpac. Seriously, I've got to wait for someone to die.
Go CBA. When you're in Brisbane, go to the Commonwealth Bank.
But it's no good to me in Brisbane.
You know, Sirocco is
I
right,
don't live
because
there.
I needed to get
I've got to get out of here, Arch. I've got to make a phone call.
See you later, Sirocco. We love you. Take
I'll
care.
see you
man.
later. And maybe I'll see you down in Brizzy on Tuesday. If
Yeah,
not
maybe. See you later.
All righty.
Ronnie Paul, I got to tell you, man.
Yeah.
I kind of are you vaccinated just out of interest?
No.
Would you get the vaccine?
Absolutely not.
Okie dokie. Ronnie Paul, Green Room, Shroom. Kenny, are you vaccinated?
No,
Would you get vaccinated?
I'd rather not.
Marcelo, you're vaccinated, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm also radioactive here. I mean, it's okay.
Exactly. and Green Room, of course, he's not vaccinated either. He's
geez, so you got 3 out of 5 that aren't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's high.
Yeah. Ronnie Paul. You're an interesting character there. Interesting. Why don't you buy? See, the thing is, you can always transfer the money to another bank. They don't mind you doing transfers like that, do they?
Yeah, but it's just you're just moving it from the same problem to the other same problem, right?
No, but you could buy things. You could buy more watches if you wanted to. You know what I would do if I were you? Why don't you buy more watches, Ronnie Paul?
I'd rather buy more gold.
Gold's very high at the moment.
Actually, it really isn't, Archie.
But all the time you go higher. All the time you go higher.
Archie, when I went to buy my first bar, it was in 2012.
What bar? How
Okay,
heavy?
so it wasn't a bar. It was a Canadian maple, 1 ounce Canadian maple.
Yep. Okay, that's 32 grams or something, isn't it?
You're right. Yeah, it's a troy ounce. It's not an ounce. It's a troy ounce. It's a different measure. I think it's 32. Yeah. So I went to buy my first one, and I think in 2012 the Canadian price for an ounce of gold, for that 1 ounce of gold, was around between 1,500 and 1,600 Canadian. And I was told at the time when I was buying it from friends that I was buying at the top end and that gold wasn't going to go up higher anymore. Well, it's been around 10 years now, and when I bought it at 1,600, now it's at 2,300 and climbing. So the top hasn't been reached. And technically speaking, gold is money. So
Can I ask you this? How easy is it to take a 1 kilo bar of gold from one country to another country?
So we had that discussion, right?
You swallow it.
Listen, Archie,
Swallow it.
Archie, you have to declare it, right? If you don't declare it, they'll confiscate it. Now, if you're very serious about doing it, if you should look for a consulate in your country for the country that you want to go to. And you should go there and you should fill out the paperwork there. And then when you take it with you, you just show them the paperwork in the country that you land in, and then they'll let you go.
Okay.
I wouldn't advise you to take it in there cold. I would
No.
advise that you would fill out the paperwork at your local consulate.
How many
and then-
kilos of gold do you have yourself?
I don't have that much. I got like 26 ounces.
26 ounces.
26 ounces, yeah. So 26 times $2,334 Canadian.
How much?
26
You got,
ounces.
you got 737 grams. You got 3/4 of a kilo.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
I don't know. I
Almost a kilo.
I
Almost
buy
a kilo.
everything in ounces, so I don't look at kilos.
Archie, in 18 karat gold, I have now half kilo. What are you talking about?
You have what?
In 18 karat gold, in these 2 Rolex, I have half kilo now.
Archie, you bought that one coin, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
how
Do you
many?
like that?
Yeah, how many grams is it, and how come you bought it? I'd be interested in hearing why you bought it, because that seems a little.
Okay, the reason I bought it is that when the Indonesians, because we used to have F-111 fighter planes, because we could fly an F-111 from Amberley to Indonesia and come back, they got rid of those aircraft, okay? The new jets don't go that far. So when the Indonesians come to invade, I want to fight off. Okay, so that gold piece, that's my emergency ticket out. Do you understand?
So you and I aren't that different, that much.
You
different,
understand?
Archie. Yeah, of
'Cause
course I
I
understand.
can tell you this. They don't take debit card. Do you understand? when the land falls, they won't take debit card or PayPal or crypto crap. They want hard currency. Okay?
Yes, I agree with you.
That coin is 16.92 grams, just out of interest.
You thinking about getting more?
Well, what happened is my dad won that in a competition, and he came to me and said, I want to sell this. Do you know any? I said, well, if you want to sell it, I got another. I don't know much about coins and gold and that, okay? Another friend of mine, I said, how do I work out a price? He said, basically, you get the spot price. He said, tell me what purity it is. It's 22.96%, whatever. He said, he's told me what it works. He goes, normally a refiner will give you 80% of that value. That's what they'll pay you. Does that sound right, Ronnie Paul?
Yeah. So what they do is they have to charge you a premium, right? That's how they make.
Yes.
That's how these places work. They charge you a premium. So depending
Yes.
where the price is, they might
Yeah.
charge you about $50 premium or $100 premium, so that they can
The
make.
funny
some
thing
money
is,
off of it.
did you ever know this? There is actually more. Who's doing that fucking noise? Who's doing that?
No, I'm checking what is the
Not me.
Okay. Oh, it's Marcelo. Okay.
checking the weight. I have 8 grams of gold Cartier ring.
Oh, that's Cartier gold. That's even more valuable. Let me say this to you. Do you know that there is more gold on paper than actual gold in the world? You know this,
Right.
don't you?
So
The promise.
They call that, Archie. They call that hypothecation. That
And
is.
I want to
hypothecation.
have the actual gold in
Right.
my possession, because
Yeah.
if they go broke or Doc, how are you?
I'm good. How are you,
We're
gentlemen?
attracting the weirdos tonight, Doc. The weirdos are out. Okay.
The doc doesn't have a shot either, right?
No.
There you
No.
go.
I had
No.
more than one shot actually tonight.
There we go. We got 4 in, 4 in, and 2 out. There you go. 4 in, 4 non-vaccinated and 2 vaccinated.
Yeah.
Oh, not that kind of shot. I didn't know what you guys are talking about.
Let me say this to you, Ronnie Paul. The truth is, with gold and that there, I got to be honest. Someone told me platinum is actually very good value at the moment. You don't like platinum?
So we had that. You asked me that
Yes,
question,
I
and
said,
I told you that because
I
it's
didn't
a
like
man-
your answer. I didn't like
It's a-
your answer.
but it's honest. I wouldn't steer you wrong on this, Arch.
Platinum is a tool.
It's
in a way.
it's a manufacturing metal, and if manufacturing is in the dumps, it's going to react in the same direction. Hey, I can give you a good example of another metal that's gotten quite popular. Archie, when I started buying gold in 2012, there was a coin made out of palladium. It's a palladium coin.
Yeah.
At the time, those coins it was a 1 ounce palladium coin. It was going for $600, and I didn't know what it was. So I was laughing at the dealer about who buys this.
Palladium is a little bit blue, right?
But today, those palladium coins are going for over $3,000 US, and the reason being is that they're used in EV production. And there's
until they find something else,
right? So if I had bought one of those palladium coins, I'd be turning it in for a bunch of gold coins today. But they're expensive. But again, palladium is a manufacturing metal.
FPG's favorite metal.
If I could
what,
ask,
Ronnie, why don't you just buy several kilos of gold then?
So that's correct. I mean, but again, I have storage issues, and what am I going to do with it, right? I mean, that's not something I really want to be keeping around in such large numbers.
So you don't have a safety deposit? Oh, sorry, that's right. You mentioned that to me. Yes,
I wouldn't trust it.
No.
Gold is great, but the problem, gold is fucking heavy. You guys need to remember that.
Hey, Archie, I just wanted to let you know, Australia issues their own gold bullion coin. It's called the Kookaburra. So I have one of those in my collection. You ever heard of the Kookaburra?
Oh, you got a Kookaburra. Nice.
Yeah.
Kookaburra. Yeah.
Kookaburra, yeah.
I see.
What I was going to ask,
are they
Ronnie,
a 1 ounce coin? Are they a 1 ounce coin?
Yeah. Why don't you pull it up on your screen? Just look for the 1 ounce Australian Kookaburra coin.
Yep.
Australia actually have a very expensive stone that they have in the sea. I think in the sea.
Oh, they
like
have silver ones too. 1 ounce silver bullion coin.
Yeah, those are cool too.
But you're talking about the gold.
Yeah, you're
the gold one. Yeah. I think they call it the kangaroo, or is it the kangaroo? It might be the roo, or it might be the Kookaburra. One of the two.
There's the tiger. There's a 1/4 ounce tiger. There's the platinum platypus. Australian Kookaburra. That's the.
Was a platinum.
I know. Australians are amazing in selling bullshit. You know, they found a kind of a piece of shit of a stone in the sea that got created by garbage of some seaweed or whatever, and they sell it for millions of dollars.
That's the Perth Mint. The Perth Mint. You're talking about the Perth Mint who sells these.
Yeah. The bullshit garbage in the sea, and you guys making money out of it.
I have a question for Marcelo, actually.
Are they any connection with Franklin Mint, who makes a whole lot of crap for your home?
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. That's the Kookaburra. Yep.
There you go.
I can't help but wonder if Marcelo ever calls anybody piece of shit, and then they don't know what he said, and he walks away. And then they slowly realize, oh my God.
Australian Kookaburra, $1,000. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's quite a nice coin, isn't it?
Beautiful.
I should get a couple.
They're limited. Where do you buy them from? This they said they're out of them. The Perth Mint is out of them.
Well, they mint the coin, but then they issue it to banks and to dealers. So you wouldn't technically go to the Perth Mint. You'd probably go to your local dealer for it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Whoever you buy
they got silver
gold coins from in general would be able to get those coins too, usually.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. I never heard of these things. Look at that.
And you can sign up for the Perth Mint list, and they'll give you alerts and stuff, and they've got shit.
Do you buy that, Ken? If you had 100 of these fucking, say you had 500 of these kookaburras, that's all you'd need, isn't it? Why own a house?
Archie, would you break a house for a suitcase of gold?
What?
Well, I suppose you could, wouldn't you? You got to blame Nixon. Nixon got rid of the gold reserve. You know that?
Yeah, he did that back in 71 or 72.
Yeah, that's right.
I am not a crook.
I got to tell you guys, seriously. Remember Fort Knox used to have all this gold. Fort Knox.
Yeah, but that hasn't been audited since 1973.
It hasn't been audited, you mean?
Yeah.
Meaning
no one's
there's
seen
no
it.
way to know how much gold is actually around.
Is it still there, but Fort Knox?
Well, Fort Knox is still there, but nobody knows if the gold is there.
Right.
Is
So
that-
we're printing up a lot of money, but there's no way to know exactly how much gold is
So
back.
what did they do with the gold they had? Did they sell it off or what? What did they do with it?
Who knows?
Look how much gold you have all around us in jewelry and stuff. And where did gold come from? I mean,
Gold
it
is
has to
actually
come from-
expensive to produce. You know that, don't you? It's a very
Yeah, because the easy stuff is long gone. Now the other stuff is you got to drill deeper.
Sort of like
Yep.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't.
Would
have
you
much
rather
faith
have
in that.
crypto or gold? What would you rather have?
I don't. I'm in finance, and I don't understand. No one's given me a good explanation of what it is that I'd want. That would give me reason to want to go and buy it.
Crypto, you mean?
Yes.
It's just
Well, it's all a Ponzi scheme in a way. I mean, even gold to some extent is sort of a Ponzi scheme in that, it's just arbitrarily decided that it's worth what it's worth and people are willing to pay for it universally. But
look, what I'm going to say, I
Gold
don't know
got
if it's
money,
true.
not-
It is a rumor that I heard that all gold in the world, all the gold in the world, if you collect all the gold, you can actually fill up 2 Olympic swimming pools, and that's it.
I heard one Olympic swimming pool.
that seems a little shallow. I'd be willing to bet there's a little bit more than that, but
I tend to agree
No,
with Doc.
if you count, no,
Once
you're
all
right.
fire
If you count the fake gold that is selling for people in fake gold, so yeah, you can fill up 50 Olympic swimming pools, maybe even 100.
That's
But,
not much,
yeah.
really. That's not much, really, is it?
Olympic
No.
pool is not very much. That's why I'd be surprised if that's all the gold in the world.
Well, I had heard that for each person that's out there alive, that they would be allocated a quarter of an ounce.
Oof.
That's what I've heard.
Vince wants to come on, Arch.
Who?
It's not a good sign when he says who.
Archie,
Yeah.
all this gold talk, am I killing your stream?
It got quiet. I'll tell you that. It got quiet.
I kind of feel bad.
Yeah. Let's get back
I
to
still wanna
watches.
talk about it.
Seriously,
People get nervous.
tell me this, Kenny.
Or
Kenny,
maybe
Kenny,
talk about
Ronnie,
cars.
Ronnie, let me ask you this, Ronnie. Would you rather have a Rolex or gold?
So
Good question.
you know what I'd like to get, Archie? I'd like to get a 10-ounce Johnson Matthey bar.
Mm-hmm.
And a 10-ounce Johnson Matthey bar is in Canadian dollars is over $30,000 Canadian. So I could probably go and get another Rolex sub date and sit on that for a little while and wait for that one to get pumped up, and then I would dump the watch and get the gold.
Absolute ball, $2. Used panties can get quite expensive.
Archie, they sell those in vending machines in Japan, don't they, Marcelo?
I know.
Marcelo,
No, in Dubai, not here, Dubai.
I thought they have them in Japan.
I would think everything kinky is in Japan.
You got everything in
Things
Japan.
in Japan.
You
Ken,
can
by
buy
the way,
hot
in all your
factories.
whiskeys, you don't have like 1-2 ounce of gold inside the liquid. You know, sometimes they're goldy color. No.
I've heard that Japan has artificial used panties.
Could be.
They're
Some
new.
you guys know about Japan more than me. I mean, it's possible.
They put something on to make it seem like it's used.
They don't come with box and papers.
I got to tell you, Ronnie
need to
Paul,
buy
what would
Japanese-
you rather have? A 1 kilo bar of gold? Or would you rather have a gold John Mayer Daytona?
I would rather have the kilo bar.
Wow.
It'd be very cool to have a kilo bar, wouldn't it?
Well, when the shit hits the
Yeah, I'd
fan,
rather the kilo bar.
when the shit hits the fan, they're gonna want the weight, right?
By the way, the price is similar. It's not similar.
Not the watch.
The John Mayer
Wait a minute. How
Daytona
much?
and the 1 kilo of gold is the same price?
So no, he's
No.
no. Listen, you're right. It would
I'd
be
take
better
the-
to take.
I'd
It would
take
be
the
better
watch.
to take the. Yeah, it would be better to take the watch
Sell it and get gold.
and get the gold. Yeah. So
There you go.
you got me on that one,
At least you
Archie.
get to have the watch for a couple of weeks while you admire it.
You know, Dave Ramsey doesn't like gold. Are you a Dave Ramsey man, Ronnie Paul?
I listened to some of his. I've listened to some of his streams.
Yep.
I don't know. I would always have something. I would always hedge against the dollar. I think everybody should have at least 1 ounce of gold.
I agree with you.
I'm really glad, Archie. Like I'm telling you, I'm really surprised that you got that piece, that gold piece. That
Why
was
do you say that?
That was a good move. You should go out and you should get at least one more.
Hmm.
You mean a Calatrava?
No, gold. No, gold piece. Not like a gold coin.
No, I understand exactly. It's it's an amazing thing to have, really. Gold is a absolute bore, $2. Rare whiskies are fine to collect.
And more
Yeah.
fun.
If you get to drink them, but yeah, if you want to flip them, you can't drink them.
Where would you put money then? See, this is the thing. I'll tell you an interesting thing, right? So inflation is the big enemy, correct?
Yes, big time.
Yep.
So they had this news article, and it said in 1960, somebody in Australia, they bought a house for £1,000. Okay, so basically we changed to dollars, and basically £1 was worth $2. Okay, that was the conversion rate. So $2,000 in 1960. If you adjusted for inflation, that $2,000 in 1960 Australian would be now worth about 38,000 Australian. Okay. At the time, someone bought a house in Sydney, in Bondi, for £1,000. That house sold for 2.5 million smackaroonies, right? Sometimes with these gold type of investments, they and not to mention the houses earned rent. If they weren't living in it, they were earning rent from it as well, an income for many, many years. So when you put money into gold like that, it could be like just keeping pace with inflation. What's to say it is a nothing invest? Do you understand what I'm saying?
But Archie is better. You remember the story that I told about my wife grandpa, that in theory before the Second World War he
had it
could buy
in the bank.
over 10 houses.
Yes,
and
then it was worthless.
It was worthless in not in 10 years, in 2 years or something. He couldn't
Yes.
buy even
No, that's very
washroom.
true. What do you think of that, Ronnie Paul?
Well, the way I see it is, Arch, I use gold as a hedge, okay? So if you tell me that gold is suddenly dropping, that means the strength of the dollar is increasing. And along with that, that would mean to me that the job market is good, people are making money, everything is in the equilibrium. So if I lose on my gold investment, I'm fine with that because I'll just make the money somewhere else. But in the meantime, that's not really what's going on.
Tell me this, Ronnie Paul. You're in finance. When you say you're in finance, what do you do in finance?
A lot of accounting, number crunching.
Tell me this. What's happening in the world now? Are we in? What are we in? What's this phase?
So they're
post-pandemic, and prices have gone ballistic.
Well, it's
real
actually,
estate.
Super chat.
Sorry. NY punter Marcelo plays the cello. Do you play the cello, Marcelo?
I play tennis. If it's similar, I don't know.
Tell me what's happening, Ronnie Paul. What's happening? What is happening?
You've got inflation right now, but it's not hyperinflation.
Okay.
Not yet.
Is there there's two different inflations. There's unofficial inflation and official inflation.
Okay. So
they don't concede to it, do they?
So let me tell you something about that. So I always wondered, why is it that they don't really give you the true inflation numbers? And the reason being is
they don't want to panic you.
Well, and the government pays pension to its employees, and the pensions are written up so that they have to accommodate for any inflation. So they have to index the U.S. pensions to the inflation rate. So every time they announce in the news that inflation has been measured to have gone up by 3.5%,
it costs them more money.
Right? They have to bump up the pensions so that they can pay the pensioners out. So if you were to really show the actual value of inflation, and it's around between 18 and 25%, could you imagine how much money they would have to print up to pay these pensioners out? It would crash the system.
And,
so they have to fudge the numbers.
Let me give you an example. You probably have kids, and Archie have kids, and you guys remember back in the day, the banks used to say, you know what, put in a closed bank account for your kid $100 or $200 a month, and when he's going to come to 18 or 20 years old, the money is going to be that much that he can pay his university and he's going to have money and so on. Would you change this philosophy today, and instead of doing that?
Well, the problem is we no longer, you can't put it in the bank account because the interest rates are 0.000. In Japan, the interest rates are, I don't understand Japan. Japan's been bankrupt.
I'm talking about the closed bank account, the bank account that is closed, that you're putting money for your kid and is closed for 20 years or 25 years.
The problem is the interest it would earn is absolutely nothing. So the money's being eroded by inflation. So it's actually a shit.
In the past, you could own something 20, 30 years ago.
Well,
but
actually, you go back 30 years ago, interest rates, you were earning, it was double-digit interest rates. That when we had high interest rates, there was actually a very good return. In fact, pensioners used to. That's what they did. But Ronnie Paul, I got to tell you, would you buy a house if you had the ability to?
I'd want to buy it, and I would like to buy it as close in cash as I possibly could.
Okay. Do you think it's a Ponzi scheme? But the other side is the Canadian housing market could be a Ponzi. It could be.
Well, yeah, that would be a fear of mine. Yes.
I mean, the whole thing is it's all relative. Canada has had huge. Your housing market was quite reasonable 30 years ago, wasn't it?
Super chat.
Actually, you know what, Archie? I remember when I moved into Toronto back in 1999. You could buy a nice 500 square foot apartment for like 90,000 Canadian.
Yeah.
That was in 1999.
Timepiece fund, $2. Stock market, 100T. All gold in the world, 100 trillion. All gold in the world, 10 trillion. Crypto is 2 trillion.
Yeah. No, Archie. My father had a very nice duplex that he bought in Montreal.
Yes.
In the year that he's talking about, actually in 96, 97.
Has he still got it?
No, listen to this. For $150,000.
Yes.
Amazing place. He got divorced. He had some problems. So we sold it for an amazing price of $250. And he went to Miami and bought his condo. Now, this amazing price now became, I think, almost $3 million.
Far out.
Far out. To 50, and now the price skyrocketed.
Did he? What happened to the place in Florida he bought? What's that worth, But
he bought it for $50,000, and I think they offer for him $120 because he had just a small condo in Miami. So. But he paid the whole thing. This is he doesn't know nothing.
Vince Fine Arts. Hey Vince, what's going on?
Hey Archie, finally I got on.
Hey, no worries. What you up to?
No, nothing, man. Watching you guys, enjoying the chat.
What's with the fine arts? Tell me what arts are you into? Tell me this.
Well, I'm basically, you know, my background was in architecture. I was an architect for almost 20 years, and I just got burnt out.
Yeah.
And you know, I was collecting for most of that time, and I needed to make some money, so I started selling my collection, and then one thing led to another, and that's what I do now.
Are you dealing?
So you're an architect?
Was an architect.
He's an art dealer.
Can we call you Junior Wizard?
I was about to say that.
Yeah. So, no, but now now that you say that you're starting to sell stuff, I guess you sell some Rolex, but I believe there is some Rolex that you prefer to hold on to see
Do you have
the
much of a what?
continual
No,
the
he's
rise of the
talking about.
value.
No, he's not talking about Rolex. He's talking about paintings and that. He's an art, fine art. He was.
This also go up in value.
I think you missed what he said. Are you a bit of a watch person as well, Vince?
Yes, that's why I got on. You know, I started following you.
What watches do you have? Tell me the
Well,
collection.
I was mostly into vintage. I had couple vintage Breitlings from the 40s.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is nice.
And I have right now. I have a Bell and Ross, a Space 2, Chrono.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know why Bell and Ross. So they always get like a bad rap. I don't get it. I know those cockpit ones. I'm not a big fan of, but the older ones, the Chronos.
Yeah.
And the round ones, I think those are great.
Kayak sailing, $5. Arch, you need to open a bar in Pattaya. Luxury to the limit, $1,000 a night. Provide good service. Gold, I don't know about that. I tell you what, everybody buys a bar in Thailand. I think that's how you can really do your shirt. That's one of the last things I'd ever do. But Vince, yeah, I think the problem with Bell and Ross is it's just a garbage brand. See.
Please don't say that because I did throw away a Bell and Ross in the garbage.
It's a garbage. It's garbage. Bell and Ross is garbage. I'm sorry,
Archie,
Vince.
Really?
Archie.
You think the older models are garbage?
No, I think are all garbage.
I
Rolex, Patek,
I look more toward the design, and I think the older Chronos I think they're great designs.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. They very much aircraft sort of watch there, Bell and Ross.
Are they square?
No, I don't like the square ones. I think those are.
I got the
the
square
round
one in
ones?
2015. I got the square one in 2015 present for my uncle, and it seems it's maybe $3 or $4 watch. And like Archie said, I did put it in the garbage, but for the wrong reasons. I didn't knew the watch was that much valuable.
I got to tell you, yeah. So how's the art market, Vince?
The art market's good. You know, it's really starting to. Actually, I had my best year this year, ironically, with everything going on.
What do you mainly
I guess
sell?
because I'm basically online only. I don't have a physical space. So I just
And what
do
you
everything
mainly
online.
sell? What do you mainly sell? Paintings, sculptures? Well, what is it in the art?
Paintings. I used to really concentrate on ephemera. You know, like old catalogs, signed catalogs, old posters. But I have originals. I have Warhols. I have Basquiat's. I have.
Yeah.
I just bought at auction a Gorky drawing. I don't know if you know.
Yes.
Are you familiar with Gorky from the 30s?
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
He was with Pollock and Motherwell and all those guys.
Yes.
So I have a big variety of.
How
things.
much was that? How much was that, Vince?
Actually, I got it for a very good price. It was around $10,000.
Archie
Wow,
has some
amazing.
vintage magazines.
Yeah,
Archie was in some vintage magazines.
No, actually, you know what I sell a lot of.
Yes,
Actually,
what's
is
that?
are you familiar with Jackson Pollock?
Yes. Yes.
I sell a
in
lot of
Australia, it's a bit of a contentious issue because one of our prime ministers bought the Blue Poles painting in 1972. The Blue Poles. Gough Whitlam bought Blue Poles. It was a Pollock painting, which is actually worth a fortune. Actually, the governments actually did very well out of that investment, to be honest with you. But they were mocked for buying this type of art. But
there's a Life magazine from I think the late 40s where introduced Jackson Pollock, and that's what really turned him into, really brought him fame. And I find a lot of those, and it was one of my best sellers. I sell them for close to $1,000 each. You can get in. So it's a good market. I have a
I ask
little
you what-
niche. I have a niche in the market because what I have is somewhat unique and interesting ephemera pieces.
Could I ask you a personal question? Is like,
Can you give me a second? I need to get my headphones because I can't hear you guys.
Sure.
Good. Give me a second.
Would you put money,
That'll fix it.
Ronnie Paul? Would you put money into fine art? What do you think, Ronnie Paul?
I would be interested in buying at least one painting. And I was actually going to ask him about the Warhol, and
be careful.
He said
Be
he
careful.
has Warhol, so I would be interested in a Warhol.
Be careful because painting, you need to, very similar to watch it, you really need to know how to maintain this.
Yeah,
Because they
you
can
have
go
to be-
very shitty bad.
Yeah, they have to be acclimatized, right? But I think the Warhols will be fine. They're not like it's not like a paint. It's more like a drawing, crayon drawing or something.
They're also relatively modern compared to something from the turn of 1900 kind of thing.
Are you into art, Doc?
It depends on your definitions. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
Yes.
I think I followed the doc in the art part.
Yeah. I almost bought Degas. That was years ago, though.
Oh.
So I regret having not done it, but I would have had to stretch really hard to get it.
Yeah. Now you can hear us?
I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah. So my question is, what kind of, I mean, the clients that you get, what kind of people, how they are? I mean, ignorance, I mean, vicious, I mean.
No, you know what's great about having a business online? You don't deal with these people. I never, ever speak to any of these people. It's mostly by email, and that's it.
Are the paintings, is it tricky to insure when you send stuff out?
No, not at all.
No.
That's amazing. That's really cool. And how long have you done this art business for?
Well, again, I was in architecture for most of my life, and I needed to make money, and I had acquired a pretty big size collection, and I just started selling it. I've been actually, for money, making money, I've been doing it now for maybe close to 10 years, 5 years.
Wow,
More
that's
than 5
cool.
years. Yeah.
That's very cool. And what's the one that got away? Do you have many stories of woe?
Oh God, yes.
What's the biggest story of woe that got away?
The Basquiat drawings that I've had. I regret selling those so much because for example, I sold one I bought it for 45,000, maybe close to more than 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I sold it right away within a year for double my money, 85,000. That same piece nowadays, I can maybe get 250, 300,000 for it.
Wow.
Yeah, Basquiat is just crazy.
Welcome to the
Crazy.
Rolex world.
So does that cut you when you think about deals?
Oh God, yes.
It does.
Oh God, yes.
But I suppose you needed that money to keep the business going on at the time.
I did, and I reinvest into new inventory. That's what I do.
Yes.
Archie, this reminds me of the 5711 that 5 years ago you could buy it for 25,000 and now it's 200 and something thousand.
No, it's
it's like everything, you know.
It's
like when you sell stock and then it goes through the roof or whatever.
Yeah, but the difference is one of the first things I say when buying art, and you probably heard it a million times.
Buy what you like.
Exactly. And when I buy something, I like it and I love it, and it becomes like part of your family. And then when you have to sell it, that's what sucks. You're like selling part of your family. It's like, you're selling your dog, your pet.
When are you going to get a Rolex? When are you going to get into Rolex, Vince? When are you going to get into Rolex?
I'm going to start. I was looking into an Air King.
It's a great watch.
Yeah.
Art dealers, you got to wear Cartier, but don't you? Don't art dealers wear Cartier?
I guess. I don't
know.
No.
No. I don't know what
do
to
you
say.
go to shows as well?
Yes. Like now I'm in Miami. So now you got the big Art Basel coming up in December.
Are you thinking vintage, Air King?
No, he's thinking modern, Doc.
I was thinking modern, but then there's also that other Air King that has the different numbers on it. It has, I think it's half Roman and half another type of number on it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
California dial.
So okay, my question is going to be like this: when you go to the art shows, the companions, the people that you know dealing with art or maybe buying art, these guys that you meet there in the rooms, they are nice people, they are vicious people, they are greedy people. I mean, how you can
You know, they're stuck up. You know, some of them are stuck up mostly. You know, it's who you know and all that. I really don't. That's another level. I'm trying to get to that level, but it'll be a while.
Andy Warhol stuff. He didn't even sign a lot of his shit. He had people sign it on his behalf.
Who? Who's this?
Andy Warhol. A lot of stuff he did. He didn't even sign the stuff, did he?
No, he did. He did.
He did.
No, you're thinking of somebody else. You're thinking of Kostabi, Mark Kostabi, and there's some other artists that do, like Damien Hirst. Yeah.
Look, I suppose the thing is you've got a good niche, and you prefer that to architecture.
Yeah, because you know I have really bad ADD, and to be in architecture, you got to be really fucking organized, and I'm not that type. You know, I get really stressed out, and the clients are all assholes.
Yes.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Doc, how are you going, Doc?
I'm doing all right, sir. Doing all right.
What do you think of the
Doc,
I got my shots. I had about 3 shots tonight.
You know, Doc, I talked to my wife. I mentioned you, and she asked me to ask you what kind of medications I need for my situation. I just had to do it, you know. Like
you need Ritalin. That's what you need.
I think Archie's going to need to translate the second half of that question.
Have you taken Ritalin, Marciano?
I'm going to record it. I'm going to remember.
Does Ritalin help?
Nothing.
Well, Ritalin helps. Ritalin's like the like cocaine.
Basically, she wanted me to be more quiet. That's there.
Yeah, it wires you up, but it gets you really focused, you know.
Okay.
Guys, I'm going to be wrapping this stream up soon, guys. We're going to be wrapping up in 9 minutes' time. Green room, what's the go? Give me some goss. What's the goss for today?
What's the goss for today? Now, listen, Archie, I sent you these very important WhatsApp messages about this this computer monitor.
Yes.
I was at.
This is the electronic dysfunction of his, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I was at Aldi yesterday, and I never go to Aldi, but I noticed that
they had
I
cheap
picked up
monitors?
they've got the special Black Friday, but it's actually Black Wednesday. And this is pure coincidence. They're selling my exact monitor that I'm using right now.
Yes.
$300.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Now, speaking of investing $300,
there you
go. Baby Doge.
Hello, Baby Doge.
Baby Doge, doo-doo-doo. Baby Doge, doo-doo-doo. Baby Doge.
Mr. Tudor, to you, $20.
Baby
Hey,
Doge, put your money in.
rough night with friends, too drunk to show
Baby Doge,
latest
man.
live.
I'm telling
Pull
you,
it up,
hey,
man.
brother,
My pizza. Pull it up, Arch. My pizza tastes better. Not from JJ's. Okie dokie. We'll get that up there. I'll get that up now. I got to get this baby up on the screen. Da-da-da-da. I think he sent it to the other address. I got to forward it. Just hang on there. And we got Heritage Watches, $20. Here we go. Archie. So my question is going to be, is $10 enough to mute Marcelo? That'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Hey, Marcelo. I've been wanting to tell you because I played a lot of tennis in my years. You have a good form. Your backhand is great, but your forehand, you need to put weight into your front foot. You step back every time you hit.
You're going to have to mime from this point on, Marcelo. You have to mime.
You got to step into your swing. Just a suggestion. I lost him.
No, he's on mute.
He's muted.
Oh, he's muted. Okay.
Someone super chatted and asked that he be muted for the rest of the show.
I get it. I understand.
Yes, here we go. We've got a picture. I'm just getting this up here. Let's have a look. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Come on.
I wondered what happened to the whole discussion of his ED tonight.
Super chat.
Here we go. Look at this. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Take a look at this. Guys, super chats are coming in because here we go. Let's have a look here. Share the screen. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. What do you think of that? Pelagos with the blue. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? With the pizza. Pizza in the background. How is that? Absolutely.
Man, I'm worried
gorgeous
the pizza
back
grease
there.
will get on the NATO strap, you know?
Yes, the pizza grease will get on the
I think
NATO
about getting a
strap.
58, but I cannot handle the snowflake hands, I don't think.
Flip mode, $45, $20. Warhol, a Pittsburgh native. I've been to the Warhol Museum there. Museum, very cool. Let's go, Steelers! All hail the Pontiff. All hail the Pontiff. Thank you so much. Last 5 minutes of the show. By the way, you know Warhol's Rolls Royce sold very cheap, Vince.
Yes.
He had a Silver Shadow 3 or a 2, and it sold not very high.
Yeah, but I'm sure
I saw something about his toupee was being sold as well.
I'm sure if he would have signed it, it would have gone for a lot more.
And he was a huge Cartier fan. He didn't even wind them up. It's a Cartier. He loved Cartier. He was good friends with John Lennon, I believe, as well, wasn't he, Warhol?
Yes. Well, back in the 80s, Cartier was, the big shit back then.
Yeah.
Your
Was he
friend Jen.
approachable? Was Warhol approachable?
I have no idea.
Your friend Jin wears his watches without winding them or setting them.
Does he really?
Archie,
yes, he does.
How much to mute every single panel member, including yourself, for the final 3 minutes?
$20.
Green room.
Can I ask why you guys don't like Breitling like Navitimer? I think Navitimer is a classic.
Look, I think the problem is, there's some of the new Navitimers are really good. Look, they just have been very soft in the market there. They just used a generic sort of movement. They were nothing really. The original Navitimer, Sin bought the rights to them in the 70s. That's what happened.
Oh, really?
Sin.
But people don't give Breitling. They don't give Breitling credit that's due. Breitling basically invented the pushers. First the classic.
The classic Navitimers are beautiful watches. I don't know. So the other ones that they have nowadays, so. But the Navitimer,
They can be valuable. Those early Navitimers and Breitlings can be quite valuable.
The Navitimer is a very busy dial. I'll say that.
And big.
I got the 765, the Type 20. Specifically because it was very legible and easy to read with or without glasses. The Navitimer, good luck. I mean, I think you need to have your glasses on to really be able to tell the time with that one. But that, that's for my eyes.
Ken, what's happening in the world of whiskeys there? Tell me this. What's happening? Any good news?
Wow, there's a lot of moving and shaking with who's owning what. Distill just got bought out by Heineken.
Are whiskeys going to become cheaper? I think they're going to become more expensive. The Chinese are consuming.
They are becoming more expensive. And things like Japanese are pretty much out of the market now. That this ridiculous. Plus,
what do you think?
Legalities of with the
What
Japanese
do you need to
stuff
spend?
not being
Sorry, not being Japanese, not being.
not being legit. So like some of the stuff has just been Nevis that they own. So they've just been bottling it as Ben Nevis and calling it Japanese whiskey, and it's not Japanese whiskey. And then obviously they're trying to now introduce laws. Well, they're not actually laws; they're guidelines to try and make the Japanese whiskey more legit. Saying, if it's bottled as Japanese whiskey, it is legit Japanese whiskey, but it's not a legality. So it's a bit of a mess at the moment.
What do you think the future is there? I think we're going to see. I'm seeing age statements come down. Stuff is getting younger.
Yes.
Like
A lot of
I
stuff
never
is getting younger.
I never saw much 8s. It was always 12s before, wasn't it? Really, now 8s, like even in the premium
8s, 5s.
Yes.
I mean, here's a prime example. The Ardbeg just brought out an 8, and before that they brought out a 5.
What's
which
the
is a good
5
thing and
like?
a bad thing if it's good whiskey. It's pretty ordinary.
Expensive?
Same as that 8. Well, it's same price, very same price to the 10. Just grab the 10.
What do you need to
8 and
spend
the
to get a
5 aren't
decent whiskey, you think, these days? What advice can you give to someone buying whiskey today? You would say single
if
malt?
not single malt, 12. I mean, the best thing to do if you're not really that cluey on what you actually like yet is to go to a bar and just try different whiskeys. Just try something and then find something that you like, and then that gives you a good direction to point you in the right way, those flavor profiles that you actually appreciate. The other way is to buy sample packs, like something like the Glenmorangie sample pack that gives you the 10, the Glenmorangie, the Santa, Quinta Rubin, the Nectar d'Or, gives you a good profile of different finishes, and then you can, if you like one of those, that gives you another direction to go down. If you know somebody that's got a good collection, go and see them.
Yep. Sounds like a good idea. Okay, guys, I'm wrapping up. See you tomorrow, guys. And
good night.
Stay happy.
Don't forget to thumb up on the way out, fellas.